Hi, Mars, by the way. The Giannis sweepstakes are about to go crazy. Only thing about it is we have no clue where he's going. We are seeing a lot of smoke down in Miami. Is there fire there, though? Is it actually a fire in Miami? We don't know. But Giannis has been linked to Miami for the last couple years. So we'll see if him and Bam Adebayo ultimately end up teaming up. Also, there's new speculation and new rumors that Boston is the front runner to get Giannis Antetokounmpo. But there have been some sources this morning that said that the Celtics, in fact, don't want to give up Jaylen Brown to get Giannis. So is that actually going to happen? We don't know. There's been Portland allegations. There's been other teams that have been rumored to potentially want Giannis too. But we're going to talk through every scenario that we think will happen and if he'll even be moved at all. And when he does get moved, will they actually be a contender? But as of right now, I got my man Penn with me. And I got the best do-rag in the land. He's now the new king of the do-rag. My man, Diesel in the house. What's good with you, boy?
What up, brother?
What's going on, fellas? How's everybody doing?
What's going on, John D? Pembroke in the house. What up, fellas? What up? Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
It must be
John.
draft season.
Yes, it
yeah,
is.
gotta be. You know, we had to bring an actual expert, somebody that actually knows what they're talking about when it comes to draft time.
Because you damn sure don't. Because I can know that for a fact. You damn sure don't. Let's put that out there right from the beginning.
Nate, a net over every guard, man.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
Ron,
we
you
definitely
know how to
will.
die on a hill, man. That's amazing.
I know how to die on the hill. Pim, we can run a poll. Who dies on higher hills?
Yo, we both lose that poll. I guarantee it.
So you think 50-50? 49-59? 49-51?
Either way, it splits.
promise
There
you
are
guys.
no winners in that poll. I guarantee it.
So we clear because Mars, John D, and Penn, you guys are the draft experts. I do my homework on the draft, but I don't know nearly as much as you guys. So I'll be more inquisitive than I am opinionated on any of this stuff. I'm letting y'all know right now.
And by the way, since we talking about the draft, this Friday, was it Thursday? This Thursday, we will do a mock draft for just the lottery teams. And, you know, we'll figure out exactly what it is. We'll talk it through. We'll figure out if we're going to do it based on team needs or based on how we think the prospects should go. But either way it goes, we are going to do it live on the show. We're going to all vote on which prospect should go where. My man John D will be here. Penn will be here. We'll have some other good guys to know what they're talking about when it comes to draft. And we are going to actually do our first panel mock draft. I'm excited about it. It should be fun. But in the meantime, John D, it's been a long time no see. How you been, bro?
It's been a long few months. I'll say that. I've been doing all right, though. I've been doing all right. Been thinking about how I'm going to be coming back into the space. And a few things that I came across was, one, I don't have enough haters. I don't have enough people who just don't hate my takes at all, you know? So we're done being politically correct.
And nice.
I think somebody sucks. They suck.
Say it.
Ooh.
If somebody sucks, they suck. I'm tired of the safe take. I'm tired of the safe take. Something I used to come across. I used to, you know what? I don't feel like arguing that. We're gonna be safe. No, I'll argue all 3 hours. I'll argue all 3 hours.
Oh, so we getting Chi-Town, John.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, you know what? Hey, John C.
We're done
John
with
C.
the
now.
correct take. We're done with all of that. We're done with all that stuff getting left last season, last offseason. All that stuff is done. I got a couple of names. I got a couple of heads that I'm coming for this offseason. You guys are going to hate it. And I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Oklahoma City is not safe at all. At all. But it's okay. It's okay. Because right now it's draft season. I'm going to wait until a little bit deeper into the offseason to get real creative with my hate, you know. But I'm excited for the draft season. The draft is about 8 or 9 days away. Chicago actually has a top 4 pick, so maybe I'll be buying tickets this year. Haven't done that in 2 years. So I'm excited. I'm excited, man.
It's still in Brooklyn, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Still at the Barclays? Okay. Yeah, well, it's good to know we have a real do-rag demon up here. You know,
Don't be afraid to say what's on your mind, John. Yes, you are going to get jumped. Yes, you are going to get steamrolled. But if you don't have haters, you ain't doing it right. I promise you that. If you don't have
100%.
haters, you're not doing it right. So when if you're gonna say something though, you got to stand by it. Like I remember vividly coming up here and saying that De'Aaron Fox is better than Kyrie Irving. I remember coming up here and saying that. And
I was up here that day.
Yes, he was here that day, and I stood on that. Now, can I still say that today? It don't really look like it. No, it
The
doesn't.
NBA draft is
He the
exactly
best guard on the Knicks.
Yeah,
the NBA draft is exactly 1 week away. By the way,
I thought
exactly.
it was Thursday.
It's next Tuesday.
I thought it was
It's
Thursday.
Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday is the second round. It's interesting that John said that. I'm really thinking about going the other way. I'm trying to get less haters. So you could take some of mine if you want. Personally,
I'll take him.
yeah.
You guys just swap takes before the show. Penn, you text him what you're gonna say. John, you text him what you're gonna say. You know,
No, I'm not trying to. I'm definitely not capable of being politically correct. I'm just trying not to argue as much, if that makes sense. I'm trying. This is not a promise that I guarantee you I'm going to stand by, but I'm trying. I'm going to try my best.
I'm up here today, and I'm up here probably for the rest of the summer. I will not listen to any San Antonio was just bad and the Knicks weren't good. I'm not listening to none of that. The Knicks were better than them, and I'm doing that all summer. I'm not doing that for a part of the summer. No, the Knicks were better than the San Antonio Spurs. It wasn't the San Antonio Spurs fell apart. They fell apart because of the Knicks. The reason why the San Antonio Spurs didn't play well was because of the Knicks. They did not play well because they're just San Antonio and they're just good and they got lucky. No, the Knicks were better than them. Period. Point blank. And I'm doing that all summer. I'm not going to be up here with the Victor Wembanyama bashing or with the idea that De'Aaron Fox needs to be traded. You know what I'm going to be up here doing? The Knicks had an awesome team. They won the NBA championship. That's why they won the NBA championship. They steamrolled through the playoffs. They smoked everybody that was in front of them. And I'm going to say it. The only reason why they didn't sweep the Spurs is because the president was in the house. If the president wasn't
said
in
that
the
before
house,
the game came on.
I'm standing on that. If the president wasn't in the house, we ain't going back to New York. We ain't going back to San Antonio. That series is over in 4 games. Done. Completely finished. And I'm still standing on my logic that I said to you guys before that series even started, when they had steamrolled Cleveland, when I was completely wrong about that whoever came out the Western Conference, the Knicks would have stomped them too. Whoever it was, Oklahoma City, Denver, Minnesota, line them all up. The Knicks would have stomped every last one of them dudes because the Knicks were an awesome unit this season. And they were an awesome unit in these playoffs from 1 to like 8 or 9. They had 9 legit guys. And I think Mike Brown did a fantastic job in rotating these guys. I think he had a great game plan. He outcoached Mitch Johnson in every area. It wasn't that the Spurs just fell apart. No, they fell apart because the Knicks were better. That's why they fell apart. The Knicks made them fall apart. That's what happened. Victor Wembanyama, he just sucked. Yeah, he sucked because Cat outplayed him in the first 2 games of the series. And he forced him into a lot of the stuff that he's not good at. That was the problem.
Chill, I just said I want to try not to argue, and then you go on this rant, and it's so hard. It's so hard, Chill. It is so hard. You just threw every Western Conference team under the bus and said the Knicks would have beat them all. Oh my goodness!
He heard what you said, and said, "I'm gonna see if you gonna stick to that."
All right.
And no, Jeffrey, I'm not a Knick guy. No, Jefferson, I'm not a Knick guy. No, I am not. In fact, anybody that knows me knows that I'm not. I've never been a Knick guy.
It's okay, Chill. It's a lot of Nick guys now. It's a lot of Nick guys.
But I've never been a Knick fan.
We're here.
I've never been a Knick fan.
It's like mid to early June. Ron just jumps to the Eastern Conference team in the finals.
I mean, the West is mid.
Can you believe it, too?
The West is so mid now. Let me tell you, garbage ass West.
Now all of a sudden the West is trash.
Weak ass West, man.
Get the hell out of here with these weak ass Western Conference teams.
Hey, but John D though, and I want to hear your thoughts on the finals. But chill. Just to respond to that, in all seriousness, I'm not doing that either. I'm not arguing. You guys know I picked the Spurs. The Knicks were better for whatever reason. It could be youth. It could be Jalen Brunson was just better than De'Aaron Fox. It could be they had a better coach. Whatever it is, and even if I do think the Spurs were better, they lost. So. Right. I'm not going back and forth with that. They got packed up in 5. It is what it is.
You've played enough basketball. I think, Chill, you've played enough basketball. You know that sometimes you didn't play well but you were better than the other team, right?
Yeah, but Penn, I never made excuses though afterwards. Like, oh, we were better than you niggas. We should have beat y'all. Like,
you could say that one time.
You sure about that?
Yeah, but you can say that.
You've never walked out of a loss and said we should have whooped them.
We should have whooped them one time. Like when you smoke somebody or when you beat somebody 4 times, no, they better than me.
You didn't get smoked.
They better than me. No, they're better than me. And with that being said,
okay,
that's what's going to be the theme. We know for a fact that you are going to go to pieces, and we know you're going to go. We know that you're going to go to pieces because we're going to make you go to pieces.
Okay,
you're not going to ever be able to drop us on some level. We're going to get back in this game. And we're going to get back in this game doing what we've done all season. Playing defense, getting on the glass, speeding up the game. See, Penn, you and me, when we talk basketball, I think that we have a really good rapport. But I think the divide here is a lot of times I think you think a team is just better. And that's the reason the other team lost because this team didn't bring their game, completely disregarding what the other team did. Like, for example, Mike,
regarding what the Knicks did, Joe, I think that the Knicks are a really good team, and I said that before the series. I see a world in which they get out of this. And here's the thing: for me, if you're going to make the claim that we just mop them, then the inevitability of the result should have never been in doubt. At no point should it ever have been in doubt if Spurs could have won. And I know for someone like Ox, it was never in doubt. He was always like, the Knicks are going to win. But I think for a lot of people, when the Spurs were up 25, 22, 29, it was pretty obvious that the Spurs were going to win, but they ended up losing.
Actually, it wasn't
obvious.
No, Pitt, it wasn't.
It wasn't obvious to you that the Spurs were going to win when they were up 29, Show?
And here's why.
You would have made a lot of money sports betting if it wasn't obvious to you.
And here's why, Penn. By watching the series and watching every time when they threw the Knicks in the hole, the logic was always they're going to let you back in the game. Don't worry. They're going to let you back in the game. And once we get back in the game, anything can happen at that point. But they're going to let you back in the game. And this happened every game. They let them back in. And once they let them back in, you just saw the San Antonio Spurs just go to pieces. They can't make free throws. Now they can't make open shots. Now they're turning the basketball over. Now their offense isn't as fluid as it was a little while ago. And this was going on throughout the course of the series, knowing for a fact that all we have to do is just keep playing, and they're going to let us back in the game. Now, it's not ideal to get thrown in a hole. No, I don't think that that's what's going on. But with that being said, they're going to let us back in the game. And after game 4,
a better team than the Celtics? Were the Sixers a better team than the Celtics this year?
This season?
Yeah. In the playoffs, this season, whatever.
It was better. They outplayed them in the playoffs. They 100% outplayed them in the playoffs.
So when the Celtics were up 3-1, you were like, "Oh, they're gonna come back." You had any notion of that? I mean, Mars, stop shaking your head, man. You would think you think everybody'd come back from 3-1. But
so to answer your question, no, I didn't think that. And the reason why I didn't think that was because the Celtics didn't exhibit that. The San Antonio Spurs actually exhibit that throughout the course of the series. That they're gonna let you back in and they're gonna be able to come back. The Celtics didn't do that with Philly. And on top of that, their best player got hurt. So I think that matters.
Even when you're the better team, your guys still have to show up.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So
and hit shots.
You can be the better team, but if your guys don't show up, you're gonna lose.
And I also think what's going on, brother? How you doing? I also think in the playoff setting, like it really doesn't matter who's the better team in the regular season. If you're the better team 4 times, you move on. 9 times out of 10. If you're the better team 4 times, you win 4 times, you move on. You know, I think Celtics, I think the Sixers were the better team 4 times and they moved on, especially against the Boston team where it's like they might be the better team, but they have a formula that's so reliant on variance. Like when we look at a team like Boston, where it's like, okay, you lose these games and you look at what you're shooting from 3 and it's like, you know, like you can be the better team, but there was 4 games where the Sixers were better, you know, and in this case scenario, there were 4 times where the Knicks were better in the second half or they were better in the fourth quarter. And to be completely honest, the San Antonio Spurs aren't going to be hoisting up a Larry O'Brien because they were better in January. It's going to be who was better in June, and the Knicks were better in June. That's why they won, you know, like, and it's also really dependent on matchups as well. Like, I'm not looking at, oh yeah, which team went on a run. If you were just looking at off that, like the last month or two of the season, the Spurs look like the best team in basketball.
And
again,
Atlanta
you run into a bad matchup against a New York Knicks team that can pull your entire defensive strategy into a multitude of different ways. And now you're down 3-1, or now you're in a tie game after being up 29 in a game 4, where it looks like you're going back to San Antonio tied up. I just think matchups and situational basketball is so important to the playoffs, to where it doesn't really matter who the better team is. If I can attack your weakness better than you can attack mine, and I win this series, I don't care if I was better. I won. I'm moving on.
Penn, when you say better, are you standing on the logic of being better in terms of talent? Like, for example, that's what I was wondering. And just because
I'm picking the team that I would rather coach. That's how about that? Because I'm not like, I really should have stuck with my guns on Mike Brown being the better coach in this series, but I just wanted to show Mitch Johnson some love, because everyone picked Mike Brown, and I was like, nah, there's got to be one vote for the young fella. But honestly, that showed the experience. That shows. But that has nothing to do with talent. That has nothing to do with upside. That has nothing to do with defensive versatility. The theory of the Spurs, to me, was better than the theory of the Knicks. The idea of it was better. The talent of it was better. The size of it was better. The craft of it was better, right?
How the reality of the Knicks,
the reality of the Knicks was better.
I keep trying to tell you, Penn, we live in the real world. We don't live in you know what I'm saying? We don't live in these books and movies. We live in the real world.
And what's going on in the real world, Ox?
The real world, in reality, the Knicks are the better team. They kicked some ass.
They just did. They just did. I can appreciate your logic, Penn, in theory, right? Because to be honest with you, Ron, in theory, she looks great. In theory, she's got a great job. In reality, she lived with her mother. In reality, she got 2 different baby daddies. In reality, her credit is bad. That's what's going on. That's what's in reality. But in theory, she's smart. In theory, she got enough credit to get a car. In reality, she sucks. No, and this is gonna go bad. And with the San Antonio Spurs, a team that did not make the playoffs, Penn, the year before, they didn't. They got no guys on their crew, with the exception of De'Aaron Fox, Luke Cornett, and Harrison Barnes. These are their vets that have championship experience, but their core group of guys have never been in the playoffs ever. Not in the NBA championship, never been in the playoffs. Meanwhile, this New York Knicks team has been on an ascension for 4 years. They've been going this way, and now we're here. And they've steamrolled through. They didn't win in the playoffs. They steamrolled everybody, and now they're running up on a team with no playoff experience whatsoever in terms of their core. No playoff experience. They have all the experience as a team in terms of their unit. They've been in an ascension all year long. And my best player, which I've always stood on this logic, my best player was better than your best player. That 100% happened. And I know how you feel about Victor Wembanyama and what he's going to be. But my best player was better than your best player when it mattered the most. When it mattered the most. And don't get me wrong, I think that throughout the course of the series, Jalen Brunson was iffy. But he's one of those players who, as the series moves on, he plays better. That's a great quality to have, because more times than not, guys are going to wear down as the player.
Chill, I think there's a lot of reverse rationalization when things happen. Right? There's a lot of reverse rationalization, and we try to, kind of explain something as if it was supposed to happen that way. I don't think the Spurs were a perfect title contender. I thought in game 5, I genuinely thought the OKC Thunder were going to just beat them. I thought the OKC Thunder are going back to the finals, and then AJ Mitchell goes out, J-Dub goes out, injury luck, and the Spurs end up in the finals. I don't think the Spurs are a ideal finals team, because they really haven't had those playoff scars. And I've talked about this multiple times. The average NBA team that wins a championship wins about 55 games per season for 3 straight years.
Not just 1 year.
It's not just 1 year, because you need those scars. You need those tough lessons. You need to know how to play with a lead. You need to learn how to close a team out on the road. These lessons, the Knicks had it. The Knicks have been through this a couple of times. Jalen Brunson been through this a few times. They've had those painful moments. They had it last year. And so they were the mature team. They were the older team. They were the team that fit more in the criteria of what a typical champion's supposed to look like. The one thing they didn't have, to me, was a top 5 player. And that's usually a criteria for an NBA champion.
That is a fact. I can get with that. Sure.
But sometimes it's not. Sometimes you have a team, and again, you look at that Detroit Pistons team that beat Kobe, Shaq, Karl Malone, those guys.
Yep.
That felt impossible. You look at the Miami Heat team that lost to the Dallas Mavericks. That felt impossible. Chill. You look at the 2014 Spurs that beat the 2014 Miami Heat, and that felt impossible because in every single case, you had a team that was favored to win that lost. I think you can walk away from that and still say the Spurs played better, but the Miami Heat were a better team. You can still say that. And I don't think you're crazy for saying that.
I think that go ahead, Ron. I'm sorry.
Can I reverse rationalize something for you?
Possibly.
And by the way, I don't think that's reverse rationalization. I think it's just looking at what you've seen and analyzing what you've seen, breaking it down, and then coming to a conclusion. Like I can look at these two people and assume that this guy's faster because he has bigger calves and he got a 6-pack. When in all actuality, this nigga used to run D1 track. And he just got a little overweight after he got out of college. But I
got a 6-pack in the fridge right now. What are you talking about? I got 3 6-packs in the fridge right now. What are you talking about?
And that's why I think you're faster than everybody on the panel. However, all I'm saying is, reverse rationalization or not, maybe the Knicks did in fact have a top 5 player.
Oh, you on that Damian shit?
Maybe the niggas just top 5
all off season.
Maybe John, you damn right all off season.
Maybe neither one of the teams. Maybe neither one of the teams are the top 5 player. Did you think
that could be? Now Ox is reverse rationalizing. You see?
I'm not. It's not reverse.
What?
It's been going this direction the whole time. Been driving straight ahead this whole time.
Penn, what I'm asking you is Jalen Brunson has exhibited throughout the course of not just this playoffs. He's shown that he can play at that level.
Okay,
and the idea of being a top 5 player is consistency, sure. And a lot of the guys who we talk about being top 5 players, they've shown consistent production throughout the course of the regular season and the postseason. Jalen Brunson, on the other hand, from a talent standpoint, he might not be as good as Jason Tatum, right? He might not be as good as Giannis. But I tell you what he does do. I tell you what, when we get to that postseason, I tell you he will produce at a top 5 level.
Jason Tatum was better in the playoffs.
Okay,
I know he got bounced, but he was better.
And let's just say for the sake of argument that that's true, Pan.
Jokic was better too.
Let's just say for the sake of argument that no, he was not. No, he was not.
Yeah, he was.
See, Pitt, once again,
I see what type of day it's gonna be today already.
No, he was not. That's not true. Can we stay focused, guys? Can we do that? Can we stay focused?
Chill, you got to understand. I don't smoke weed no more. There's certain shit I can't handle. I'm here. I'm locked in and laser focused.
Are you here now? Like
you know something?
This shit don't go.
I got you, Ox. Hey, I'm gonna send my guy your way. We go.
It's been like this since October. I just, what I'm saying.
Hey, but fellas, though,
you gonna make me relapse.
Haters. If you want a masterclass in acquiring haters, just repeat what I just did for the last 10 minutes. My God.
Pinno, I think we got to start figuring this out, and we got to find a fine line between this. And this has been my problem too. It's a fine line between who's better or who's more talented and who actually produces more. And this is why, for me, accolades mean so much to me. Because I don't give a damn how good you are. What did you accomplish? What did you win? What did your talent lead to? You can be the smartest person in the world, but if you don't do nothing with your IQ, if you don't go get degrees, if you don't start businesses, if you aren't able to translate that IQ into something, then what does it matter? And so that's my thing. Like Victor Wembanyama can be the most freakish player to ever walk the earth. If he don't do nothing with it, then what does it matter?
But how are you saying he didn't do nothing when he led his team?
I'm not saying he didn't do anything. What I'm saying is
not a top 5 player when his team got bounced in the finals.
Yeah, I brought up Victor Wembanyama. This is more so for Jalen Brunson and Victor Wembanyama.
Okay, let me defeat your logic in very, very quickly. By the way, If the Knicks got Giannis tomorrow, would Jalen Brunson be the best player on that team?
If the Knicks got Giannis tomorrow,
It depends.
From a talent
Okay.
standpoint, Giannis
It all depends.
And
He would no, but the thing
that
about that
is why
is
you're crazy.
Even if
don't know.
they got Giannis, Jalen Brunson would still do his thing. It would not slow Jalen Brunson down. So it doesn't matter who's the best player on the team as long as you still
Ron
good.
said he's a
You know what I'm
top
saying?
5
What does it
player in the
matter?
league. So I'm gonna
Okay,
tell you
but
very quickly
okay,
that
I can say he's a top 5, and I can say Giannis is 4, 3, 2, or
Okay.
1. Like
He doesn't.
And then-
But
and then
wait,
Luka,
but Ron, because you don't have to
Embiid,
rationalize
Shea,
that because this is the
Tatum.
thing. This is the thing about it.
Clearly not top 5.
This is the thing about it. It doesn't matter what it's about or what's the point. This is the thing about, and I keep trying to explain this to y'all. I've been explaining this to y'all since I got this raggedy ass microphone. The point is this. The point is this.
I'm sorry.
I don't have to be top 5 to get at the top 5. You can make these lists all you want. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all about these lists. It's pointless. It doesn't matter.
Jimmy Butler was not.
You
a top player.
you don't know that I'm not top. You don't know that I'm top 5. And when I get on the court, that top 5 dude, he don't know that I'm not top 5 because I'm putting belt to ass. I can be number 11, but every time I see one of these top 5 dudes, I can get with them. So fuck your list. Fuck the source. I don't need to be top nothing because when I see them top somethings, I'm busting their ass.
No
so what
mic,
does it
no
matter?
hype.
What do it matter how you feel about if I'm top 5, top 10, top 15? I'm spanking them.
Jimmy Butler was not a top 5.
You see a lot of NBA champions without top 5 players.
Spanking them.
We don't see a lot of them.
Historically, it's rare.
Yeah,
When
but it does happen. It does happen.
Chauncey Billups
Was not a top 5 player.
was not a top 5 player. Name the last time that happened. If Tyrese Halliburton had won a championship last year, he would not have been top 5. Neither would Pascal.
the Celtics when they won.
Jason Tatum was bubbling on like top 5. He's probably
They
top
were trying to throw Jason Tatum out the top 10.
Can you believe that, yo? I'm up here fighting for my life, Diesel.
They was trying to throw
I was up here
JT out the
fighting-
top 10.
I was literally up here fighting for my
Isaiah
life.
Thomas was Isaiah Thomas a top 5 player in 91 or in 1990?
In
I would say
1990,
he's bubbling on the border of top 5 at that point. My point
He
is, you
wasn't
got to
as
be
good as
pretty
he
damn
was
close.
before.
You got to be pretty damn close. And if we're being honest, if all of us did a ranking prior to the playoffs, most of us would have had Jalen Brunson outside the top 8. So you can reverse rationalize it all you want. He's a
No,
top 5
it's
player.
not reverse rationalizing it. It's new information. It is a new day. It's a new panel episode. We are in a new season now.
It's a
We are taking what we seen in the playoffs, comparing it to what all these other guys that you said are top 5 did. We've seen Jason Tatum's finals run.
Mhm.
We've seen Jokic's finals run. We've
Yep.
seen SGA's finals run.
Yep.
And we're comparing what these guys did. Jalen Brunson is up there. He is there right now. We watched Shai Gilgeous-Alexander make a full finals run last year, and we watched Shai Gilgeous-Alexander make a playoff run this year. Hey, when the playoffs come around, it's not 5 better players than Jalen Brunson. It's just not.
at least
Y'all could do that regular season shit, cool. When the playoffs come around, I'm not picking 5 players over Jalen Brunson.
Are there,
Would you pick Tyrese Halliburton over Jalen Brunson?
No.
You positive?
No, I said what I said.
Penn, going
I
into-
seen Tyrese last year. Jalen Brunson this year was better than Tyrese last year. Now, I know Tyrese hit all those game winners and stuff like that. That was amazing. But if we're talking about level of play, and Tyrese got busy a couple of them games too. Well, a bunch of games. It wasn't like this, though.
Penn, I'm going to run down some teams. So Cleveland, Toronto, Detroit, Orlando, Atlanta, Philly, the Celtics, the Lakers, Houston, Minnesota, Denver, Oklahoma City, Phoenix, San Antonio, and Portland. Of those teams, of those 15 teams that 15 teams that I just ran down, in addition to the Knicks, how many of those guys have better playoff performers than what you've seen from Jalen Brunson over the last 3 years?
Over the last 3 years?
Over the last 3 seasons, since the 2022-23 season, how many of those guys have better playoff performers?
I think it would divide playoff performers with Like,
because that's what Ron's logic is. We talking about once we get to the playoffs, how many of these guys outperform Jalen Brunson?
I think a lot, but unfortunately, they don't outscore Jalen Brunson.
Okay,
And
so
people really care about the scoring part, right? Like he's a relatively efficient scorer at 46%
job
from the field
description,
and
man.
like
That's his job
35% from three. But I mean, do we consider the playmaking edge that some of the players have over him? Do we consider the defensive edge, the two-way edge?
we consider all of
some
that.
players have.
Who are
That's
these
not his-
players?
that's not his
Who
job
are these players
description.
with the playmaking edge?
Who are the
consider
players
all
with the
of them.
playmaking edge?
Sure.
Luka, LeBron,
Okay.
Okay.
Scotty Barnes.
So Luka didn't play. So
Are you insane?
Scotty
Stop,
just not in
Ron.
this conversation
Hey,
is
Ron,
all.
stop
It's
the
like
bullshit, Ron.
Scotty may be a
Okay.
better playmaker for sure, Pim, but he's just not in this conversation.
He's a
That's
way
all. I
better
think that's
Kyrie
what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
laughing
I'll
at.
take the better
How-
playmaker, but I just think
He's not a better
I would agree.
playmaker. Scoring is a part of playmaking. Now, if you're just saying passing, all right, we could talk passing.
Okay.
Playmaking is scoring, passing, and generating offense for your team. Scotty does not generate to the level of Jalen Brunson. I'm
Fair.
sorry, Penn. Like that, it's a gap.
Jamal Murray.
I think
That's
Jamal
where I
Murray
would
is
see,
awesome playmaker.
you know, like if
I
you're
think Jamal
talking
Murray
like
is an awesome playmaker.
what Jamal Murray has done historically, this year not
Mhm.
included, but the 3 years.
okay. What
prior
about
to this
last year?
Jamal Murray?
Yes.
Yeah,
Jamal was awesome.
No, he was not.
no, he was not.
No, he wasn't.
I'm saying as a 3-year collective. I said
Sure.
prior to this
Okay.
year, take a
This
3-year
year,
trailing average.
25 and then 24. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. I've watched Jamal Murray have some of the best playoff games of his life as a
Right.
Laker fan, unfortunately. I just don't think he's performed to the level of Jalen Brunson and has been as consistent for him to be in these type of conversations. Jalen Brunson over the past 3 years has been one of the best playoff performers in basketball. Like that should
And
be
Penn-
a pretty consistent
Penn, what I
thing.
don't want to do is I just want to have a conversation. So, Penn, would you say last season
Mhm.
Jamal Murray against the Clippers, was he better than Jalen Brunson against Atlanta?
Jamal Murray against the Clippers.
Against the Clippers last year when they went to 7 games with them dudes. Was he better than Jalen Brunson against Atlanta this season?
Probably not.
Okay, so moving forward, they play against
Yo.
so
Someone's mic is rumbling a lot. Y'all hearing it?
No, I don't hear no rumbling.
now what's going on?
I hear rambling. I don't hear rumbling.
I heard what Penn was talking about. But
Y'all
I
hear
don't
that rambling?
No, I don't hear any rambling. We're having a conversation, Ron.
Oh.
Would you focus? Thank you very much, Ron. So, like I was saying, right? Like I was saying.
You know what? I will say he was better against the Clippers. There you go. I do think he was better against the Clippers. He didn't score as much. Fine.
Anything for the sake of argument.
No, it's not for the sake of argument. It is largely due to the fact that I think he's just more efficient, man.
Goddamn Aaron Gordon, man, fuck. Killed
Yeah,
us
if he
with that shit. Man.
if he would have been healthy. So Penn, do you think that he
No,
was
I mean,
better?
he was healthy against the Clippers.
Yes, he
See,
was.
that's-
Yes,
that
he
was
was.
the problem.
Yeah, he was. So Penn, do you think that he was? Do you think Jamal Murray was better against Oklahoma City than Jalen Brunson was against Philly?
When
So Jalen Brunson against Philly this season, Jamal Murray last season against Oklahoma City. Who do you think was better?
he played OKC last year,
Yeah, they lost to him in 7 games last year.
right? Okay, I'll give Jalen Brunson the edge on this one.
So and
Yeah,
they-
because I think OKC really stifled his creation and his ability, and I think did he have a lot of turnovers in that series?
even if he I don't think he did, but I do know that in terms of his efficiency, his shot
Relatively
creation,
speaking, he did. He had, yeah, I'm checking here. He had 23 turnovers in 7 games. That's high-ish.
it's almost 5 a game. Yeah, that's almost
Well,
5 a game.
But
But that,
23 in how many games?
No, in
7 games?
in 7 games. So that's
I'm not
over
mad at
that's
that.
over
Come on,
3.5
man.
a game.
it's about 3 a
3
game.
turnovers. I'm not tripping off that.
3 games.
Okay,
No, turnovers kill you.
I'm sorry.
You can't
3
turn the ball
turnovers
over.
is not-
You
man,
can't
that
turn the
ain't
ball
shit.
over more than once a game. If you do, you lost your team the game. You can't.
If
You
you
Well,
can't.
no.
if
In
you-
terms
no,
of the
no,
in
if you-
terms
if
of the
you- if you
economy
have
of
the ball a
basketball,
lot, if you have the ball a lot, you're especially you're playing against OKC, 3 turnovers a game. I'm not even looking at that.
like I would
Big
say the most efficient offense starts off of a live ball turnover. Jalen Brunson, unfortunately, especially against the Spurs early in this series, had a lot of turnovers. So that's where I say, don't completely ignore how the series started in favor of how it ended. How it ended, he was amazing. That final game, I went back and watched it because I missed the second half of it because I was at a party. Incredible. Just an incredible display. And if that's
the party
last
was incredible
thing
or the game was incredible?
The party was a nightmare, but the game was incredible.
That's the party where you said that crazy shit?
Yeah. I've had a lot of reflection after that. Fuck.
Okay.
I spent an entire day apologizing to people. But yeah, like I think
bad takes on the show and at the party.
It was a good take. It's just a wrong.
You should have stood on your nuts, man. Like,
no,
I said that shit.
I was in the wrong situation. I should have said what I should have said, but I said it at the wrong time.
Well, what did you say though? Hold on, wait, because I don't even know.
You should have reverse analyzed the take before you said it.
I did.
And to be honest with you, when you told me this, I actually agree with you.
I should have said it.
Wait, what you say?
I
Can I hear? Do we got time?
Yes, we do.
He basically took. You know what? Go ahead.
I had a friend of mine. I found out that he was dating a girl, and we'd heard some stuff about this girl over the last 10 years. I should be cycling through, wealthy members.
She for the street, actually. She for the street.
10 years. Hold on, see, that's the problem. You took 10 years to tell him. See, that's fucked up. He's in love by this point.
Okay, you're insane. You haven't heard the story. I'm saying through 10 years, knowing about this girl, found out 2 weeks ago that he was dating her. Now, this is a friend of mine, and he's like the fourth guy in our friend group. And
how long has he been dating her, Penn? I'm sorry.
About 3 months, 4 months now, and they just moved in together. So I was just like, oh boy. And then
they've been dating for 3 months. They already moved in together.
Yeah.
Who's the homosexual in this?
Now, mind you, Ox. She's been through the whole crew. By the way, you heard that part.
Yeah.
She's been through the whole crew.
I mean, I'd heard some bad things, and I started asking my friend. I'm like, maybe someone should say something. She's like, oh no, we can't say that. We can't say that. And I just started thinking to myself, like, how many times I wish someone had said something to me when I was going down the wrong road, right? And I was just like, you know what? I gotta say something. And I really shouldn't have said it at somebody else's birthday party. I really shouldn't have, though. That's the only thing I'll say. I mean, I apparently made a scene out of it in front of 40 people. This is
so basically, the girls are
bro. I yelled in front of I yelled in front of 40 people. She's for the street.
I'm saying we grown. Yeah, she's.
Big Ox, I'm sorry. I promise you I would love to keep this conversation going. You guys got to tap in on Thursday because this is the perfect topic for our members only stream. This is where we talk about stuff like this. This is where we air our grievances. And this is where we get into nuanced topics outside of basketball, such as if your homegirl's girl is cheating or if your homeboy's girl is cheating, what do? Do you tell him? Or do you hit that on the side too? We'll talk about this on Thursday because I know what I would do personally, but we got to get back to basketball. Penn, we're going to talk in depth about this story. We're going to talk about your experience at the party, and we're going to talk about whether you should have did that or shouldn't have done that. I can't wait to hear how the chat feels about it, how the members in the community feel about this. Ox, what you would do. Mars, what you would have done in this situation. But either way it goes, fellas, we got to get back on topic. The topic of this show.
I'm not going to be here on Thursday, and you should have never let him start telling me the story.
All right, then we'll talk about it. Then we'll talk about it on Sunday.
That's going to be on my mind all week. I'm not going to be able to focus.
It's all good, because that's even better. You'll be able to ponder on it and reverse analyze what's going on, and then we'll be able to, actually really dive deep into it. But the next members only stream the Ox and Penn are on, we'll get into this. However, y'all, the Giannis sweepstakes are about to get crazy. I need to know from you guys, not only where do you think Giannis should be traded, but where would you like for him to be traded? John D, we haven't heard from you in a very long time. Years. Kick it off, man.
I haven't heard a lot of rumors from this team. This is more so of like where I would like to see Giannis. Now, y'all let me know if I'm tripping now. There's a team over there in LA. I'm bullshitting. But I think nobody's talking about the package that Charlotte can send over for Giannis. And I actually think it's a pretty good deal. Charlotte, not only do they have a lottery pick this offseason, they also have Dallas's pick next year. I think Dallas is going to have a pretty solid pick in the draft next year. I think it's top 2 protected. You can send Brandon Miller over there, and you can get Giannis, that 2-point scorer that you needed, that we saw in the play-in a few months ago, The Charlotte Hornets really need a 2-point scorer, a consistent 2-point scorer. And a lot of people would say Giannis is the best 2-point scorer in basketball. When we look at since like January 1st, since the start of the calendar year, the Charlotte Hornets were 33-16, had a top 3 offense, top 5 defense, one of the best offensive rebounding teams in basketball. And when you look at Giannis, he's made a serious effort in crashing the offensive glass this year. This is his career high in offensive rebound percentage, career high in post-up possessions per game, career high, or at least career high since 22-23 in free throw rate. So when you look at maybe this year, Giannis is averaging maybe like 28, 10, and 6, which isn't his normal 30, 11, and 6. He's still been career high in true shooting percentage. He's been still a top 3 player, top 4 player in basketball. And I think Charlotte could suit him very well. I think with the spacing, the ball handling, the inverted pick and roll with him and Knipple could be really good. The offensive rebounding that he provides also with a Moussa Diabate, the ball handling with LaMelo Ball, he makes them a much better transition team in Charlotte as well. They were towards the bottom in frequency and points per possession in transition. I would love to see Giannis with Charlotte. And I think they have a much better package to give than a lot of people give credit.
What does that look like,
what's
though?
the package?
Yeah.
My package would be Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, and a couple of firsts. And I think you have to throw in like a Grant Williams or a Josh Green to make the money work. But I still think—
And you think that's enough?
No.
I think that's enough. I think that's enough. You give them a lottery pick, you give them Dallas's pick next year, and you give them another future first on top of a young player in Brandon Miller who was coming into his own this season. And then you also give them some more solid players as well.
That's not enough money, though, John.
Well, he said
that's not enough money.
That's why
you would have to add in like maybe a Grant Williams or a Josh Green to make that trade work. But I think it's a solid move. I think it's a solid move.
I'll take Miles and Brandon Miller.
I think it's a solid move. You get 2, because if you take that trade, you have 2 lottery picks this upcoming draft. You have a Dallas pick next year, which is top 2 protected. So there is a risk there. But if Dallas continues to stay the course, they might be like an 11th, 10th pick on top of having a future first. So I think does
Giannis want to stay in Charlotte?
No.
That's the question. That's the question.
Or is it,
I mean, we don't know that
how he fits with how he fits with LaMelo and Khan. If they fit together, I could see him. I mean, Charlotte's a beautiful city. I could see him staying there if LaMelo and Khan and him, they all fit good together.
And this right here,
and I think they become a much better transition team. I think LaMelo thrives in transition, and I think Giannis is one of the best transition players of all time. That's something where I would love to see Charlotte get into a little bit more. And Giannis helps with that a lot. And he also doesn't take away too much from what they already do. They crash the offensive glass. They shoot a lot of 3-pointers. Giannis, like I said, he's been really focused on crashing the offensive glass more this season, on top of him generating some of the most wide open threes in NBA history. I think Giannis fits with Charlotte. I already thought Charlotte was going to take the leap this coming season just because of what they've shown this past season. And now I think they could be true contenders in the Eastern Conference with the level of offense that Giannis would be bringing, on top of not taking away too much from what they already do. Do I think they would be a favorite in the Eastern Conference? No. But do I think they can beat anybody in a 7-game series if you continue to see that improvement from Knipple, if you get LaMelo to build on top of what he's shown this season, and you get more progression out of guys like a Sion James or a Moussa Diabate or a Kalkbrenner? I think Charlotte is a really slept-on team for where Giannis can go. Does he want to be there? I don't know. I wish I could call the guy and
he was
find
in
out.
Milwaukee, John D. He ain't tripping on going to Charlotte. It ain't like he was in Los Angeles.
Exactly. No, exactly.
Wait a second. He was drafted to Milwaukee. He didn't choose Milwaukee, though.
So
he's been choosing to stay there for a while.
Yes, he could have been gone.
Yeah, that's
could have been gone.
Milwaukee.
Yes,
I mean, as far as cities go, but Diesel, I'm curious to know why send Brandon Miller instead of Khan?
I just think on top of the rookie season that Khan has had, and I think Brandon Miller with the injury history, I think he may be more of somebody they would want to get off of before Khan. Either way, Khan or Brandon Miller, but I think Brandon Miller is making more to where that money would work easier with Brandon Miller instead of Khan.
What if the Milwaukee Bucks say, you know what? Actually, we want the hometown kid. We want Knipple.
And Brandon Miller?
Yep.
Nah.
Oh hell no, that's too.
Nah,
That's
see,
Yeah.
because now we're gutting the roster. Nah,
Because Miles Bridges is a non-factor here. He's an expiring contract. He could just not come back, right? So I'm not even looking at that as a major.
They could flip him too, though, as well.
Grant Williams is filler, as far as I'm concerned, right?
If it means getting Giannis,
that's
hell
why you
yeah.
got D Mill in a lottery pick.
But
Fuck with me.
John, they're going to have to give up a little bit more in terms of young prospects. So that could be Kalkbrenner, that could be Sion, that could be Moussa Diabate. But they're going to have to give up some of those younger pieces too. So like I can see it being one or two. Milwaukee's going to want some younger assets. So like Grant Miller could still be in there, Miles could still be in there too. But I'm almost positive, along with Brandon Miller or Konkanepo, one or two of those other younger players will have to come.
JD, but the landscape of the league and the parity of the league, I'm going to say something that's ridiculously uncomfortable. I'm getting on my Messiah jury. I'm not signing Giannis to a long-term deal. I'm renting him. And the reason why I'm renting him, because we can win right now. That's what I'm doing. And on top of him being injured, which he showed me over the last couple of years, I don't know how much longer I'm going to have Giannis at this level. So I'm not really comfortable committing 4 years at $280 million, because at 35 years old, I got him on my books for $65 million, and he's not as good as he used to be. And that's a huge hit on me. But I tell you what I can do. I just got to do that average 30 and 10 for 5 years. If I can flip a couple of these guys and I can get him on my roster, and I can take a chance, just like Ujiri did when he was in Toronto with Leonard for a year, and it works, I'm doing it. I'm 100% doing it.
You could do that. You could do that if you're Boston. Like if Boston does that, I'm not mad at that, because then it's like, so we get Giannis. I think everybody. I know if they got Giannis, they're my favorites to win. Giannis and Jason Tatum, they're my favorites for sure. And after that, it's like, okay, now if Giannis leaves, we got off of Jaylen Brown's contract where we got a whole lot of money open. We just won a championship. Somebody wants to come play with Jason Tatum, we could do that. You know what I mean? So I actually like that for a team like Boston. I don't know. There's a couple other teams I could see that. But for a young team like Charlotte, though, Chill, I can't come off of Brandon Miller or Konkanepo in a rental situation. Like, there's no way I could do that if I'm a young team like Charlotte. And I know Brandon Miller had a great season this year. Konkanepo had a great season this year. I'm not letting go of one of those young guys and all those picks Diesel just talked about with our pick and Dallas pick. I'm not doing that unless I'm positive that I got Giannis for at least 3 seasons. You know what I'm saying? Whatever looks like, whatever the contract has to be, y'all know that. I don't know. If it has to be 4 or 5 or whatever, that's cool. But I'm not giving you, and I know it's about Giannis. Like, I'm usually with that. Like, if I can get Giannis, you can have anybody. But not in this situation. He has to stay if you want me to come off of Konkanepo or Brandon Miller. It's not happening. But for your point, though, for Boston, do that. Go get
the reason why I'm sorry, Ox. The reason why I was upset, because what this dude just said has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Giannis, I'm looking at as a short-term lease to get to where I'm trying to get to. And because of his injury history over the last 3 years, it just makes sense. He brings up the kid. What's the kid's name in Houston that I love?
Amin?
He brings up Amin. He said, but you would sign Amin to a long. Amin's going to be in the league longer than Giannis. Giannis is not going to be around in 10 years. He's not. So,
but as long as Giannis is around, he's always going to be better than Amin.
Even at 38 or 39 years old? Are you serious, Ox?
Well, 39, I don't know.
Okay,
but Giannis is what? How old is Giannis? He's 31?
He's 31 years old. So is he going to be in the league 8 years from now, you think?
But for the next 3 or 4 years, he's going to be better than him.
Which is I'm fine with that. And I got a 22-year-old kid. I got a 22-year-old kid that I'm looking to move forward. But this has nothing to do with me moving forward with the men, as opposed to Giannis. Giannis, who right now has shown me that I am not sure about his injury health in the future. So I'm not comfortable moving forward with him 4 years and tying myself down 4 years at $280 million, especially if I'm a championship contender. If I'm a championship contender, I 100%, to your point, Penn, like Ujiri, I would 100% consider doing that. If it meant that I got an opportunity to win right now, because I don't know what Giannis is going to look like in 3 years. I don't.
But Chill, this is two different things, though. So
where's your injury stuff coming from?
What do you mean where the injury stuff is coming from? He's been
in fairness, he played 67 games last year. right? And
Okay.
this current year he played 36, but they sat him out.
Okay. And they sat him out. And last year, can you tell everybody what happened in the playoffs?
Yeah, he got hurt, but like,
yeah. And then what happened the year before that?
I understand what you're saying, right? But he's also like he's taking a lot of bumps and bruises. My view on this is this deal is not getting done without a pre-negotiated extension. I just want to be clear about that. No one is trading for Giannis without an extension. Nobody.
I don't know. I don't know, Penn. I don't know. To Chill's point,
why would you do that? He's already shown you that you're not going to get the best out of him if he's not happy.
But that's not the point, though, Penn.
No,
it's the point is it's one of two things, and this is why I was about to ask Chill. The point is like because my team is the Blazers. If I'm the Blazers, I'm trying to see what I could do to get Giannis. Reason being is because one, I think we can contend today with Giannis and win a championship. Two, I think there's a good chance that we can sign Giannis to an extension. I think if we put that pen and paper in front of Giannis's face, Dame sitting right here, Drew Holiday sitting right here, I think there's a good chance, and we've won. I think there's a good chance Giannis to sign, especially if we go to the finals or if we win a championship. I don't think Giannis is going anywhere. Giannis has shown us that he's a very loyal dude and he's loyal to his guys.
That's a lot of ifs, though, Ron. Most teams.
Well, I mean, you shaking the dice. You for sure shaking the dice.
But I'm saying, most teams that want Giannis, they're gonna want him to sign the extension, right? And I'm not gonna bring you over here with the hopes of, oh well, if we make a good playoff run, he'll probably stay. If we do this, he'll probably stay because I'm gonna have to give up too much.
I'm with you, Ox. But I'm with you. I'm on the same page as you, though. Like, I think the Blazers are in that same tier as the Celtics. Now, they're not as good as the Celtics right now, but with Giannis, they automatically move into that championship.
Yeah, but Ron, you can't wait too long to get any insurances, and I can't gamble us making a deep playoff run to get him to sign. Is all I'm saying.
Well, with the Blazers, though,
just learned with the Knicks. We learned two things. Number one, you need scars in order to win. The Blazers don't have those scars yet.
It's a lot of scars.
Damian Lillard, Drew Holiday.
Okay, they don't have the scars.
Denny Avdia might not have the scars, but you're playing with Giannis Antetokounmpo too. Those are three players that have been around the league long enough. Two NBA champions. You're not keeping
all those players if you're getting Giannis.
Scoot Henderson, Shaedon Sharpe.
Oh, please.
Donovan Clingan, and they have a bunch of picks. That would get the deal done.
I mean, you're going to need a big contract. But my point is, the two things you learned with the Knicks is you need some scars in order to win. And number two,
Jeremy got to go for sure.
Yeah, Jeremy Grant.
You need buy-in.
Jeremy Grant is not holding up.
You know what the New York Knicks? You know what the New York Knicks had? They had a buy-in from every player on that roster. There is not one player who didn't want to be there. There's not one player who was kind of grumbling.
Who's the player that doesn't want to be in Portland?
Possibly Giannis, because he's made it very clear he wants to stay.
Okay, well, it's possibly Giannis for anywhere. Then, like, if we're gonna do this, why are we talking about it?
Maybe
he possibly doesn't want to be anywhere.
But we don't know his rationale. I don't know Giannis. You don't know Giannis. Maybe his rationale is he wants to be in the East Coast because he prefers the East Coast, like Chill. And well, I don't know about Chill, but I definitely prefer the East Coast.
I'm an East Coast.
Some people, some people from Europe just don't want to be on the West. But some people from Europe just don't want to be on the West Coast because the time difference is so extreme to my family, right? From Greece to the East Coast, like 6 hours. You go all the way to the West Coast, might be 9-10 hours. So I'm just saying, like you on the opposite side of the world as your whole family, maybe you want to stay on the East Coast for that reason. There's a lot of reasons why Giannis, and also obviously he wants to win. It's harder to win in the West. Y'all can lie about it. You can say the East is not that bad. Cool. It's harder to win in the West. You're going to have to go through contender after contender. You have to go through Denver. You got to go to San Antonio. You got to go through OKC. You got to go through Lakers. They retool the Clippers.
All right, Penn. So what makes sense for Giannis? Let's hear it, Penn. Where's Giannis going?
It's two places that he actually wants to go, which is Miami and Boston. Those are the two places he wants to go. The two places where he feels like he can trust the culture and the existing, the coaching staff. That's going to be a big thing for him, right? I mean, you got to look at it this way. He's put his trust in the Horst family and the Bucks, and it resulted in a championship. But I would say over the last 3 years, that trust has gone sideways. So now he's looking for something where he feels comfortable. He feels comfortable with Jason Tatum. He feels comfortable with Spo. He feels comfortable in Boston with that legacy of winning, right? This is a player who values winning, and this is a player who values championship pedigree. Well, the Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat have shown that we can win championships here. I think the only outside of Eastern Conference place where he might even consider is San Antonio.
I'm just trying to. I think my logic is getting misconstrued, Ron, and I'm saying that with Giannis being a rental and what the landscape of the NBA is right now, like we got 8 different champions, and the fact that Giannis has exhibited the injury history that he's exhibited over the last couple of years, I'm not as comfortable extending him 4 or 5 years at not because of him as a player. I think that he's still a top 3 player in the league. I'm just not as comfortable as extending him. But I do think that if I got something set up where I can win right now, I would roll the dice with Giannis. And if I could get Giannis on the books for 2 more years after we win it, if I could get Giannis on the books for 2 more years at, let's say, $110 million, if I could get him on the books and he agreed to something like that, I'm 100% in favor of that, because I'm thinking I'm thinking more short term than I'm thinking more short term than I am. I'm thinking
how good a team would you have to be to do this? Would you do this for you, the Wizards? Let me just give you a hypothetical. First overall pick plus Trae Young for Giannis. You do it? It's a crazy trade, but I'm just saying, like, would you do something? Or Anthony Davis in the first overall pick for Giannis and the 13th pick?
I got to give up the 13th pick too. Hell yeah, you the Bucks. If you the Bucks, you're doing. Hell yeah, I'm doing that.
If I'm the Wizards, I'm doing it.
Yeah, AJ DeBonsa. And you can get Trae Young or Anthony Davis or one of those guys in the Wizards. You go right in to the next era with Giannis. Now, my question is, do you have anything to support him at that point?
Nah.
You're that high on Alex Sarr and Keyshawn George that you're willing to put Giannis in that situation? That's what I'm saying. Like, how good do you have to be in order to make a swing like this? Do you have to be Lakers good? Or do you have to be Houston Rockets good? Because the Houston Rockets have pieces to do this. It's just he don't want to go there. Right? The Spurs have pieces to do this. If the Spurs wanted to part with Steph Castle, Luke Cornett, and some ancillary pieces, they could make this work. There's a lot of teams that have the assets to do it. I think the question is, would he want to go there? And if he goes there and you trade what you got to trade to get him, are you any better than the top 3 teams in the league?
Chill. Do you do this if you're the Cavs?
I think it's worth the risk.
So if you're the Cavs, you're putting together a package and you're going to get Giannis.
Evan Mobley.
I was going to say Evan Mobley right there. You can make it easy.
Yeah, I think it's worth the risk. Because again, this is a short-term thing, Ron, and I'm thinking about winning right now. And I'm not a big fan of moving off young assets, but because of the parity in the league, like next year, I don't have any idea who's winning the NBA championship. I promise you, I'm going to do some homework.
They wear purple and gold.
Yeah, see what I'm talking about? It's the Lakers, but it might be Oklahoma.
This is well known.
Wait. What pick does Milwaukee have in this?
10.
In this
13 or 10th. My bad.
They have the 10th.
And
okay.
I think the deal would be, who was it? I think I want to say it's with Boston, not with Boston. Yeah, it would be Boston, Atlanta, and Milwaukee. And Milwaukee would end up with the 8th pick, which is that Atlanta pick. They would end up with the 8th pick. They still keep their number 10 pick. And they got the 23rd pick. I forgot where they got that from. So they got 3 ones. And what I'm doing is I'm building this unit. I'm building this unit around Kuminga and these 3 ones that I got. And there's going to be a restoration. I'm gonna try to do a restoration with Ricochet. I already know how you guys feel about him, but I'm gonna try to do a restoration with Ricochet. I'll give it a shot. Right? I mean, you guys can scoff at me all you want. That's fine, but I'll give it. I'll try to do a restoration with Ricochet, which is fine. Okay. With that being said, Jaylen Brown ends up in Atlanta with Dieng, and Jaylen Brown ends up in Atlanta. Boston gets Giannis, and I think that they get a 1 and a 2. I think it's worth the risk.
Sure, that's the best. That's the best move to me for a couple reasons.
I think.
Hold up, right quick, Ox. Hold that right quick, because we got to tell the people the best reasons why they need to be over at Splash Sports. You see, if you are getting money from sports anywhere else, you need to trade in and upgrade and get over to Splash Sports. You need to request a trade, and you need to be playing quick picks for Splash Sports on Splash Sports. And it's one easy way to do that. All you got to do is scan this QR code on the screen or click the link in the bio. You'll download the app by doing that. After you download the app, there's only one important step you got to do to get in the game. And that's use code CHOICE. Because when you use code CHOICE, you will then have access to all the good promos, all the good deals, and you will get 100% deposit match up to $50 along with 100% quick picks boost. And you guys, this is just a cherry on top. This is just an additive. This is just a bonus because, well, when you play on Splash Sports, you have access to the highest multipliers in all the DFS. That means you can make the most money on Splash Sports in all of DFS. So essentially, you would kind of be not so smart if you went and played somewhere else because you're playing DFS to make money. So why wouldn't you play at the place where you can make the most possible money? Make sense? Either way it goes, we are going to make our quick picks right here, right now. We're going to show you guys how to really make some money, and we're going to do it right here on the panel. Feast your eyes on the screen. We're going to make some fire picks today. Let's get into it, fellas. What y'all want to do?
World Cup. It's right here in front of us.
That Egyptian team got what's the guy that plays for Egypt? Mohammed something. He's good. I like him. I haven't watched the World Cup.
Get ready to carry
since my
so good.
There's a World Cup game going on right now.
Go to WNBA. Yeah, Mars will act like he don't know what he's talking about. We got to wait for Damian to be here. You know,
I know who Mbappe is.
I would hope.
Mm-hmm. You know, that's okay. We could do it without Mars. Here's the WNBA. Come on, let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, I'll start. Marina Mabry, obviously. Let's go 3-pointers made. 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
Make 3. That's easy money for Marina.
Let's see here. You taking Marina, Ox?
Yeah, this is the game today. Toronto and Indiana.
Can I see? Can Ox? Can I have a tall glass of Miss Sabali? Can I?
Do that's tomorrow's game, sure.
Oh, I thought that was today. I apologize.
Nah, Toronto and Indiana is today.
Toronto and Indiana.
Is it in Indiana?
I don't know. No,
it don't matter. Toronto gets smoked wherever. I don't care if it's in Albuquerque.
Doesn't Toronto?
Damn. I don't care if it's in Timbuktu. Toronto finna get served.
I was gonna say, damn, Caitlin Clark showing up to my city.
Nah, Sabala's in for
don't care.
She's in New York.
Right. Ox, do me a favor. Swing. I'm gonna get out of line and look at the menu again. Give me a second.
Okay. We got Kelsey Mitchell. We got Aaliyah Boston.
That's what I'm liking. What does that Aaliyah Boston line look like?
16
and a half. Yes,
I'll
take a tall glass of Aaliyah Boston. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir.
The points?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay. We got Isabel Harrison. She was showing out last game before they kicked her ass out for wrestling.
Speaking of kicking ass, Ox, I'm sure you didn't appreciate that ass whooping last night. So
I didn't even watch it, but of course I don't like when they lose.
I did catch it.
Yeah, I was busy yesterday. But
Let me go.
That goes to that shit don't mean nothing. They still have to win the championship.
Mm-hmm.
What you want?
Typically I take a full gallon of whole milk, but that's starting to get played out. People are starting to hate on me for doing that and all of that good stuff. So yeah, right there, Ox. Let me get Sykes. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to more on Brittany. Just points.
Oh, yeah, Brittany's chopping. Okay, well, that was cool.
All right, that's how we rocking on Splash Sports today. If you like our picks, take our picks and make some money with our picks. If you don't and you know more ball than us, that's even better. Take your picks, make your picks, and go ahead and get some money. The thing about it is, if you do know more ball than us, that probably means you know more ball than everybody else on Splash Sports. And you know what that means? That means you have a great chance of winning. Your odds are through the roof because on Splash Sports, you're actually competing against other actual people. Other actual fans, other human beings. You're not playing against an algorithm or AI or anything like that. So that means all you have to do is outsmart the next person on Splash Sports and you will win money. It's as simple as that. Either way it goes, we'll see you guys in the winner's circle because that's where we're going to be. And I hope to see you there. Use code CHOICE, get a 100% deposit match up to $50 and 100% quick picks boost. It was fun. It's been real. All right, let's get back to it. We're talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo. We'll get to these super chats here momentarily. But Big Ox, you were saying something about why Boston's the best move?
Yeah, I think Boston might be the best move because to Chill's point, I think they got flexibility as far as do they necessarily need Giannis to re-sign to a long-term contract? Do they mind renting him? I think when you have when you have Jason Tatum, your future's a little more secure. So I don't think they're too concerned, And plus, if he's gone, if he leaves, then they have a lot of money left. They can grab some more guys. They'll be fine. So I think Boston it's a win-win for them because they're going to be favorites to win the championship if they get Giannis Antetokounmpo. So I think that's good for them. Also, I think Milwaukee's going to get a lot back in terms of picks and whatnot. They'll be able to do some things over there. Depending on where Jaylen Brown goes, if they send him to Miami, send him to Atlanta, wherever it may be, they're going to also get another young player too. And most important to me of all of this is they get the free Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown gets to be free from these these crazy narratives people say about him, for the unnecessary hate he gets being in Boston. It's just when you're somewhere where you're forced to be second fiddle no matter what you do, he's too good for that. So I'd be happy to see Jaylen Brown go play somewhere else and get to do his thing. You know what I mean? So
like he did this season.
I think he had a hell of a season this season, absolutely. And so I think that's a good thing. Like. He got a championship with Jason Tatum. They had a hell of a run. I would love to see these dudes stay together and play for years. You know what I'm saying? I think for me it's great, but it would be great for me if I was just like a regular watching the game guy. But now that I'm in this space and I have to hear just a whole bunch of dumb shit, it's like I don't want to hear this shit every day. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't. It's ridiculous. Let's just let Jaylen Brown go do his thing. You know what I'm saying? And play basketball. So,
and it also makes a lot of sense from Joe Mazzulla's point of having a bunch of low rent guys and seeing the reclamation job that he did with those guys. So if I can continue to have that and retool this roster, because it's obvious that he can coach with low rent guys, add Giannis, get a healthy Jason Tatum back. I mean, I really like our chances. And on top of that, we've already seen what the Boston Celtics do financially. They basically gutted their roster because they weren't feeling being in the second apron. So we're going to bring Giannis in for a rental, and with moving off of Giannis, we can bring more low rent guys in with another star, because you're clearly going to have to pay, but bring Giannis in, and then with more low rent guys, and we can stay at an even keel financially, we could get this done.
I think a question that's worth asking, and because we've already seen this formula with Giannis, is like the type of players you need around him with this, big downhill creators. You need the shooters. Does Boston have the shooters?
Oh, speaking of shooters, I'm really quickly. Derek White's in that trade too, by the way. It's not just Jaylen Brown. Derek White's in that trade. He going to Milwaukee too.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now I really have to ask, do they have the shooters?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's like, apart from Peyton Watson and Sam Hauser, who is
Peyton Watson? Oh, you mean Peyton Pritchard?
My bad, Peyton Pritchard.
Mm-hmm.
Peyton Pritchard and Sam Hauser.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the player that is stretching the defense out for Giannis?
Jason Tatum.
Tatum's definitely in that.
Jason Tatum.
He stretches it enough. I mean, you just have to respect him. So, like, he's just based on respect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then go down the roster, and it's like you got guys like Jordan Walsh. You got like.
Well, you under the impression, Penn, that we running it back. No, we're gonna go shopping this summer. Yes,
yeah, shooting ain't cheap though, and your roster is very expensive.
But it's not nearly as expensive as guys like Giannis. So shooting, we could get shooting that. We could get so we clear. And Ox, I don't know. I think people forgot. I'm picking up the telephone and I'm checking Malik Beasley temperature. Like, how you doing these days? What's going on with Malik Beasley? I mean, I probably can get. That's another low rent guy that I could get on our roster who could stretch the defense, and who will give me some really good minutes. Absolutely, I can do that with him. So yes, I mean, there are guys that are available who can stretch the defense, and I can get them on the cheap.
I'm probably in the severe minority with this. I don't know if I'm trading Giannis for Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's only 29 years old. Jaylen Brown does not have an injury history. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum have also shown us a history of getting to Eastern Conference Final after Eastern Conference Final. They probably go back this year if Jason Tatum doesn't sit out Game 7.
Derek White shows up to the arena.
You know, I don't know if I'm breaking up a core group of guys that I already know. Like, it works.
Ron, the only reason why we bringing this up is because we talking about Giannis. I don't want to break Jason Tatum up and Jaylen Brown. I don't want to break them dudes up. I want them to stay together. But you guys have said to me countless times, it's Giannis. It's Giannis. You got to do it for Giannis. I don't want to do it. I want to keep this together.
I truly don't think Giannis is going to Boston, though. That's why I don't know. I just don't think they're going to break up Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. They've won together. They've consistently been in the Eastern Conference Finals together. They've shown that this duo works. I mean, Giannis is on the board. Giannis is on the board. Don't get me wrong. But I think they've shown to where, unless Jaylen Brown is asking them, hey, I want to get traded, I don't think they're just going to trade Jaylen Brown. I think Jaylen Brown's probably going to have to want to be out of Boston, or Jason Tatum's going to have to want to be out of Boston for them to break that duo up, because they've been consistently one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference over the past five years. And it's like, I'm sure in their mind, they're like, hey, we have something that works. Even without Jason Tatum, we were one of the best offenses in the league in the regular season. Jason Tatum came back and he looked like he was still that version of himself, or still that caliber of player where he can be mentioned in the top 10 players in the league. And I think they're probably just going to want to build on that. Maybe in their heads, they're like, hey, we're a better center away from being right back into where we were 2 years ago. Sure. So I don't think they're just going to go out and be like, hey, let me get Giannis, unless Jaylen Brown really wants to be out of Boston. But I don't think he wants to be out of Boston either. Like,
he doesn't either.
I'm sure at Jaylen Brown's head, he's the best player on the team. Like, he doesn't have to, like, after this season, he's like, you know what? I'm the best player on this team. He should feel that way. I don't really care what the field thinks.
And on top of that, we've heard, like, when trade talks come up, why have we heard moving off of who have we heard about moving off of the most? Jaylen Brown. And the reason why we've heard that is because Jaylen Brown needs his own team.
This is a cycle.
Yeah, we heard Jaylen Brown to Toronto. We've heard Jaylen Brown to Brooklyn for KD. Meanwhile, Jaylen Brown's still in the Boston Celtics.
Sure, I will move. Okay, I will leave this country. I will leave this country so fast.
Well, chill. It's because Jaylen Brown has enough value for you to go get a really good guy, and you still have Jason Tatum. Like, Jaylen Brown is the perfect trade piece if you're Boston. Like, you have a guy here who has a ton of value. You know what I'm saying? Real hoop knowers know how good he is, and we can get somebody great back and keep Jason Tatum. Like, it's, to me, I don't understand what's, like, he was in the talks to get traded for Kevin Durant. Like, to me, if you trade me for Kevin Durant, like, that's an honor. If you ask me, I could trade it for Giannis. Like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be, oh my God, how dare you? Like, oh, they took me for Giannis. Okay, I must be like that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's a big deal that Jaylen Brown is in these conversations. I think it makes sense. Like, I might not want to come off of Jaylen Brown, but in the business of basketball, this corporation, of course, Jaylen Brown's the guy. You're not trading Jason Tatum. No matter what I've ever said, you can't trade Jason Tatum.
Why not, though, Ox?
Because this is America.
Why not?
Because it's a corporation, bro. Jason Tatum is not the guy to go. It's a corporation, bro. We know how these corporate worlds work. Jason Tatum is. I
don't know how these corporate worlds work. Well, I know corporations like to make money, and I know. After what I've seen with the Celtics, you add Giannis to that this year, regular season. From what I've seen with the Celtics, with Peyton Pritchard, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, the other pieces that they had, you add Giannis to that, I'm pretty sure we would consider them the favorites in the East.
Which leads me to my.
You can't come off of Jason
But hold on, no, I'm just saying, because we've talked about this multiple times, and I've told you guys, if I have a 1A and 1B piece, I'm trading a piece that can bring back more value. If Boston is talking about shaking something up and going and getting Giannis, why not trade Jason Tatum? Because once again, you will get more back. And
Jason Tatum's a better shooter, Ron, too, so it can help stretch that defense.
Yeah, but once again, I said you'll get more back. Maybe you get Jason. Hey, you could potentially trade Jason Tatum for Giannis and get more back. Once again, like Milwaukee might end up sending you a pick and a shooter. Like, hey, I might be able to trade and get who's old boy for Milwaukee, white guy.
Oh, Green.
AJ I might be able to get AJ Green. Now I got Sam Hauser and AJ Green with Peyton Pritchard, Derek White, and Jaylen Brown, and now I got Giannis. I'm saying, like,
you 60s back.
You will get
just like the Celtics like it.
We're a corporation, right? So I'm just saying, like, we're talking about trading Jaylen Brown, but I think people should be a little more open minded. The Celtics can get, if they're trying to break them up. I'm just saying you could get more for Jason Tatum.
There's two kind of outside thoughts on teams that could go for Giannis. One is I wish it could have happened, but it won't happen, and that would be Indiana, because they already traded the pieces they could have traded for Giannis to go get Zubac. If they had waited and taken that 5th overall pick and packaged it together with some of their young players, or maybe even Pascal Siakam, I think they could have made a pretty competitive offer, and I think Giannis would have loved to play with Tyrese Halliburton. The team that can make the move, however, is Orlando. Now, they've never won an NBA championship before, so there is the actual appeal of, I'm going to a team and I'm going to a city that's never won it before, and I'm the one who's going to bring them over. There's already the history and lineage of players, big men, who weren't able to do it. Shaq, Dwight. So being the guy who Shaq once compared to himself, being the guy who finally brings it together, that would be really cool. I think Paolo plus stuff should be a very appealing offer for Milwaukee. You know, you get a young player that you can build around, that you can sell to your fan base. If you end up getting one or two other assets out of it, like a couple draft picks, I think this is a viable thing for the Orlando Magic to do. Like, you know, you pair him with Desmond Bane, Jalen Suggs, you know, you get some more shooting around them. I think this is something you have to try. You know, like, I know Paolo's younger, but Giannis is so much better. And the same thing that y'all said about, like, oh, well, Giannis is always going to be better than Amen Thompson. Yeah, he's always going to be better than Paolo too. Like, for the next 5 years, he's going to be better than him. And I think Franz is good enough to be like a number 2 option to Giannis. Now, fit is a little bit clunky between those two, so you need to get a lot more shooting around them. And you definitely need a stretch big that's a little bit better than Wendell Carter. But, I mean, shit.
So two things. One, when Giannis got to Milwaukee, they hadn't won the NBA championship in 40 years, 40 plus years, by the way. So now he goes to Orlando. There's a reclamation process because you're losing Paolo. They're actually building something, trying to build something down there. So now when Giannis gets there, this isn't the Jason Tatum effect. This isn't the Sam Howell. This isn't that effect where those guys are already at the doorstep and they already know what it looks like. So there's even more pressure on Giannis to be the guy to push them over the top. And he's going to have to do it in Orlando with less than that was what was going on in these other places. Now, I actually don't mind the Orlando thing. The thing that I'm thinking about with Orlando, are they willing are the Orlando Magic going to decide if they don't win it, they're going to let Giannis walk out the front door, or are they going to sign Giannis to a 4-year extension? Are they only going to go 2 years? What's the deal with Giannis going to Orlando? Because the idea of getting Giannis in Orlando isn't, we're trying to win it within the next 5 years. No, they're trying to win it now. Because we don't have Giannis for the next 3 years. We got Giannis for this season and this season only.
Here's an open secret in Toronto about the DeMar DeRozan for Kawhi Leonard trade. The Raptors wanted to get off of DeMar's money. They didn't see the value. They'd run into a wall enough times in the playoffs. They'd seen it, and they'd said, you know what? We just want to get away from this. And if this Kawhi thing doesn't work, it's fine because at least we got off the money. I would look at Paolo the same way. I would look at Paolo the same way because year after year after year after year, I can tell you the Magic have been a better team with him on the bench.
You think that they're a better team without Paolo?
Yeah, I do. If you could replace him with a Derek White, you're probably a better team.
That last year of when they ended up I think that so let's see 1, 2, yeah. So DeMar DeRozan had 1, 2. He had 3 more years left on that deal at $27 million. That's $84 million or 81.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's 81 million.
So they gave it up, and they gave up a first round pick.
So none of y'all nobody gonna acknowledge that?
We don't fuck with Paolo like that. That's just you. That's a Seattle.
Nobody's gonna acknowledge that. You replace Paolo with Derek White, and they're a better team.
You can replace Paolo with Mikal Bridges, and you'd be a better team. You could replace Paolo with Anunoby, you'd be a better team.
Man,
Michael Porter Jr., you'd be a better team. I don't know why y'all value Paolo's brand of basketball, but he's a ball stopper, and he is an absolutely inefficient scorer. What are you doing?
Plenty of ball stoppers in the league. There's plenty of ball stoppers in the league.
Cool. And he's not a great defender either. He doesn't give you the floor. Give me OG Anunoby over Paolo.
You just mad because his bag better than
his bag is.
You just mad because he got drafted higher than. You just mad because we ranked him higher than.
No, you ranked him higher.
You just mad because he's been better in the playoffs than.
Penn, are you saying that we overrating Paolo?
I get it.
Are you saying that we overrating Paolo? Like maybe Paolo isn't what we think he is?
I get it.
I think there's some people that I used to be a part of this fan club. I'm still Paolo FC. I'm just a little bit quiet. I'm a little way more quiet on it now.
John, it's all good. He just mad because Paolo.
I will be back, but I think there's a little bit of.
That was trying to say, Ron, because I'll say
he just mad because Paolo played in the Olympics and
Scotty Barnes didn't.
I know why you mad, doggy.
What we doing?
I know why you mad.
This is not a conversation at all.
Yeah, I don't think he's better than Scotty Barnes at this moment in time. No, I don't
think he is neither.
But
I didn't say who's better. I just said you just mad because.
No, you mad because the guy you spent all year hating on is actually better than your friend Paolo Banchero.
Give me Paolo.
Of course. But yeah, give me Aaron Nesmith, okay? Like we're at that level right now.
All right, let's move on.
Hold on.
Holy shit!
Give me Drew Holiday. Give me Robert Williams. Give me Matisse Thybulle. I'll go down the list, bro. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. This is my Gershon Yabusele, DeAndre Ayton bullshit. I'm not doing that shit again. I'm joking. Paolo's fine. He's not a top 30 player.
Left though. I mean, shit. Extend that left.
I mean, Dylan Harper's a top 30 player. So
for real, give me OG. That's the one I'm dead ass serious about. Give me OG. Any day of the week, give me OG. Give me Pascal. Any day. I'll take Paolo over Ingram, though. I'll tell you that.
All right. Well, in light of that, y'all, we're going to dive into these super chats. You guys talk to us in the super chats. Let us know where you will want Giannis Antetokounmpo to go. Where do you guys think that, is a good landing spot? What teams, what deals, all of that good stuff. And also Jaylen Brown, too. Let's talk about where you guys could potentially want to see Jaylen Brown, where you think he would fit if there was a 3-team trade and all of that good stuff. And if you think that the Celtics should actually make the move. You guys talk to us in the comment section. Talk to us through these super chats. But as of right now, the first super chat that I got is from Nim's Gassed Up. Nim said, John D. and Penn, what players in the draft would benefit the Thunder the most? It seems like Yaxel is the consensus around the Thunder space at 12. I like Cameron Carr a lot for the Thunder. Dub panel.
It's actually a pretty good question because OKC has a really long history of, or not long history, but over the past few years, it looks like they're just drafting and stashing players right now. So they're probably focused more on development more than who can give us what right now. I've been on my Jaden Quaintance train for a while. I still do think he is a ways away, but he can be a ways away in OKC and develop under them and still be everything I think he can be. There's a level of athlete versatility on the defensive side of the floor that just really intrigues me with him. Another guy, obviously, Cameron Carr is a really good pick. Really solid shooter. Towards the beginning of the season, he had like a historic shooting run where he was shooting like 57% from the long ball line. He has the ability to put the ball on the floor. You can deploy him in off-ball actions. Same can be said with Braylon Mullins, who has a little bit of a better passing feel than a Cameron Carr from Baylor. I think Braylon Mullins does have some really good passing feel. He is one of the better shooters in this draft class. So it depends where you want to go. Do you want to bolster up the defense? Do you want to bring in some more three-point shooting? The hard part for me is where you get that mixture of three-point shooting and defense. That's where it gets a little bit tricky for me. Yaxel Lindenberg is a solid defender. He's a solid jump shooter as well. I think his main bag comes from transition and getting to the rim. If you compare him to some of his peers in this draft class, he is a top tier transition player, top tier rim finisher, top tier rim attacker. Somebody that intrigues me is Amari Allen. I really like Amari Allen out of Alabama. He's somebody that moves his feet pretty well and can knock down open shots consistently. But it all depends with what OKC is trying to do. To be completely honest, I don't hate trading down. Because I think as the deeper you go into this draft is where you find those niche guys to where it's like, okay, we need shooting and we need athleticism, or we need length, we need rebounding. I think that is probably where you're going to find those guys. And it also doesn't hurt to look at Ade Mara from Michigan as well. So
I don't think Ademar is going to be there. I'll give you two names.
Yeah,
since the Thunder do have two picks, Morez Johnson and Bennett Sturts. To me, I think the Thunder bet on high character guys. So Yaxel Lindenberg, with all his maturity concerns over the years, I think that would be a no-go for me. Jaden Quintance is probably the best theoretical defender in this draft. We don't like theory on this show, do we? But I mean,
yes, we do.
His physical profile is so insane, Chill, the way he covers the court. But I think you get some variation of that with Morez Johnson. I mean, right now you're thinking about Nikola Topic, you're thinking about, your acquisition of Jared McCain, the ascension of AJ Mitchell. You're thinking about all the young guys you got on that team. What fits with that? I understand the Cameron Carr appeal. I do. I don't think the Thunder would go for it though. So I really like the idea of Bennett Sturts, man. Ben, man, that Iowa team would be nothing without him. Him and Cameron Boozer really just carried so much weight this year in terms of like what they had to do for their teams and the shot difficulty, and they drag everything down to like the final possession, right? Like everything is down to like 3-4 seconds on the clock. So the shot difficulty is so difficult, and Ben just played with trash teammates all year and he was still so efficient. I feel like people are sleeping on him because they don't see an athlete, but he's very functional. He's very coordinated. He's insanely smart. Probably the best passer in this draft.
Does he fit with what Oklahoma City's doing?
Yeah, they have enough defense to insulate him, but I think he's a pretty good team defender. And Jared McCain kind of showed it. Like, you need creativity off the bounce for sure, but you need shooting. And I think there's different types of shooters, right? Like there's a Steph Curry shooter where it's like lethal the minute he crosses half court, and there ain't another one of those guys. But a step down from that, you have like elite pull-up deep threats. I think Ben can be that. You have movement guys. Then you have like dead-eyed, knockdown, catch and shoot guys. Then you have corner specialists, and then you have non-shooters. I don't think that OKC Thunder, with the number of questionable shooters they have on that team, can afford to consistently bet more on non-shooters. I think you need spacing around Shea so that he can do what he needs to do. Because to me, I know that Shea to Giannis is not like a one-to-one comparison, but in terms of like what I need around Shea, it's very similar to what I need around Giannis. I need space so that he can get to his spots in the middle of the court.
With that being said, Penn, with the one-on-one guys that they have, I think they're gonna lose AJ Mitchell in free agency. I don't think that they can afford to lose both AJ Mitchell and Cason Wallace. I don't think they can afford to lose both of those guys. So if they're gonna lose one of those guys, I think they're gonna bring back Cason Wallace. If they lose AJ, I think that am I crazy to think that they would be looking for another ball handler in the draft?
They have one, Jared McCain.
I think he's more of a shooter than he is a ball handler.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think you could afford to lose AJ Mitchell. I'm gonna be honest. Like I am probably higher on AJ Mitchell than
They have
anyone on
AJ
earth.
Mitchell for the next 2 seasons.
That's true.
If I'm not mistaken, isn't AJ Mitchell come off the books? He's on the books for like $3 million.
Yeah,
Like
they extended him for that nonsense.
Is it next
So they
season
have-
that he comes off their books, or is it? Or is
Well,
it
he has a team option for the year after that, so they have him for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
Because obviously they're taking the team option as $2 million, so they have him for 2 years. So definitely,
would
they
that
also
be?
have Topic. So
They also have Topic, so they got him this year. So I'm talking about next season. So they got him on the books next year for 2.8, and then the 27-28 season, yeah, they got him for 2.8. Now I know his agent ain't really going for that. I know for a fact that his agent is going to look for them to move off of him, because I mean, if he's continuing to play like he's playing, like his agent is gonna push for him to get traded so he can get a contract extension. I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, there was real moments where AJ looked like the second best offensive player on that team. So I'm pretty sure they're going to be demanding when that time comes.
But JD, you and Penn are both the expert on this. I mean, the team that we just saw, San Antonio, they got a big problem at the 4 spot. They got Keldon Johnson playing the 4 spot, and for all intents and purposes, I think he got his ass kicked in this series. I don't think that he gave them anything. I think their 4-man is in the draft at number 20, and I think he's an adult. I don't think he's a kid. I think he's an adult. Where is he?
That's a good question. When we talk about just like size, strength, I don't know, because Yaxel's going to be gone. I'm not too specifically high on Nate Ament to where he can come in and be a contributor to the Spurs team.
Nate won't be there.
Yeah, I think somebody's going to take a swing on Ament, but I don't think he's a come in and contribute type of player right now. That's a tough question. That's a tough question. I mean, you can gamble on Chris Sanak, but I think that would be a gamble as well, because I don't think he's somebody that can come in and just contribute right away either. Like if you look at his size, I think he's about 6'10". He shows effort. He shows effort in a solid wingspan to be able to crash the glass effectively. He moves his feet well, but he's a project as well. So I don't think there's somebody that can come in and instantly be somebody that can contribute for the San Antonio team, because now the expectation has changed.
It really depends on what you need, though, right? Like if you need like a utility forward who has some size and a little bit of shooting and some defensive prowess that can plug into what San Antonio wants to do, but is a little bit bigger than Carter Bryant and Keldon Johnson, well, then there's Allen Graves, right? Maybe a bit of a long-term project in terms of Santa Clara, so it doesn't exactly fit the adult in the room that you're talking about. If you're looking for a lower upside, but like a solid NBA skill that we can go to the bank with, Henry Visar from North Carolina, right? That is a knockdown shooter. Like there are bigs who are good shooters as bigs, and then there are bigs who are good shooters as shooters. He is a good shooter as a shooter. Not much of a rim protector, but a pretty good rebounder. I think he can give you something there.
I'm looking for more of a dirty work.
On Steinbeck or Steinbeck.
Okay, if you are willing, if you are willing to bet that his jump shot can be reformed, Koa Pete is very interesting at that 20 spot. Like again, I don't necessarily bank on the jump shot. There's also Trevon Brazil, right? Then there's also Zuby Ejiofor, right? And it's like you got a really like a nice medley of big forwards. And I mean, if you wanna go my route, which is I think Wemby is not really a center and he's more of a power forward, you could always go with Terrace Reed.
I'm not concerned more, and the reason why I'm bringing this up to you, Ben, because like with San Antonio, we got a lot of the other pieces that's necessary. I think Carter Bryant is a 3. I don't think he's a 4. Cool. And I think that same thing with Keldon Johnson. I think that they played Keldon Johnson at the 4 because they were so deficient, even though he didn't start.
What does this 4 need to be able to do? Does he need to be able to shoot?
I need a dirty work guy, because I think that my other guys supplement all of that. I got buckets at my lead guard spot and at my 2 guard spot. I'm banking on Castle getting better. I think that this kid Carter Bryant and my 3 spot, I think that I'm going to expand there offensively. And I'm already set at my 5 spot. I need a dirty work man at my 4 spot. I need a rebounder. I need a guy that's going to create some space. I need a guy that's going to get us extra possessions. I'm thinking more on the lines of a better version of Mitchell Robinson. Somebody
how about someone like an Isaiah Stewart? Is that what you need? Beef stew?
I could get with something like that. Yes.
Okay. So in that line of thinking, now I'm not necessarily with you on that, but like Joshua Jefferson out of Iowa State, is another name that I think I would throw in there. As I mentioned, Trevon Brazile. I'm just gonna put a red card on Chris Senac Jr. I believe in the talent, the size, the skill, the athleticism, but I just don't know if it clicks with him. He's a very stationary mover. He something about him is just off. And I smell a bust from a mile away. So I'm just going to be out of there. But if I was drafting for the San Antonio Spurs, I would trade down and I would pick a player out of Cincinnati who's an older guy. His name is Baba Miller. Now, this is potentially crazy for a lot of people who see Baba Miller as like a deep second round guy. But I'm a really big fan of players who grew up playing point guard, but then grew into bigs. Chill, this is a guy who was a 6'2" point guard.
You mean like Anthony Davis?
Like Anthony Davis, like Boris Diaw, like, there's a lot of guys like Scottie Pippen. Because when you see the game like a point guard, but then you grow into a big, like you see the whole court very differently. And I think he's just such the idea of a playmaking four, because that's one thing I think that the Spurs desperately need connectors. They desperately need connectors because their offense becomes disjointed so easily. They need a player like who has the skill set of a Scotty Barnes or a Jalen Williams. It's like someone who can just kind of like stitch the offense together when their guards run out of space and when Wemby needs a touch. How does that player get the basketball? Like a Boris Diaw. If they had a Boris Diaw playing at the 4, they win the championship. That's the gap. That's the piece you're missing right there. Is that one player who can make the pass to the pass? And I think that Baba Miller can do that. I think, this jump shooting is a major concern. The defense is not a concern for me. And he's a good rebounder. I think he fits really well with Wemby. And
I think they were trying to get Keldon Johnson to be that. He just wasn't.
He's just not a playmaker.
No, he's just not. And I think that they need some size to really quickly, John D. I think they need some size on that front line because, Wemby takes up a lot of space, but I feel like if they had some more size, I don't even think I need a 6'10" guy. Like, I don't think I need somebody that big at the 4 spot, but I do need a 6'8", 6'9" guy at that 4 spot who can play defensively, who can play multiple positions. And all I'm looking for is a dirty work guy. That's really all I'm looking for. But go ahead, Ron. I'm sorry.
Fellas, I'm going to move on to the next super chat. I'm assuming we'll circle back around to the draft by way of super chats. If not, we'll get back around into some more draft topics and some more draft talk in the third hour of the show. If you are watching the show, though, we're in the crunch time chats right now. We are reading super chats. If you haven't liked the video yet, hit that like button, subscribe, and become a member. King Sean Black said, I've been celebrating since Saturday. Just took a breath to say there isn't 10 better playoff scorers than Brunson ever. I just took a breath to say there isn't 10 better playoff scorers ever than Jalen Brunson. And I'm telling my kids he is over Harden all time. Brunson saved my bum ass life. Damn.
Is that child abuse? Lying to your kids that hard? Is that child abuse?
Real?
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm laughing so hard because someone in the comments said, Keldon, no X button Johnson, and I am dying because he don't pass. Oh my god.
What?
Brunson over Harden ain't ridiculous.
Are we?
Sure. Okay.
That's really not ridiculous.
I think we can have that conversation, and I think we can have that conversation.
Why?
Here's why: because Jalen Brunson has performed more in the playoffs than James Harden has done. That's why. I ain't saying that I'm not saying that he's better. I'm not saying that, but I am saying
it's time to be better. He's better.
I'm not saying that he's better.
What do your eyes tell you? What do your eyes tell you, man?
I'm not saying that he's better than James Harden. James Harden has gotten busy in the playoffs. Let's not act like James Harden has not gotten busy in the playoffs. But when it has gone wrong, it has gone terribly wrong for him. Meanwhile, with Jalen Brunson, he seems to get better as the playoffs resume. James Harden seems to go the other way. That's the downside. But from a talent standpoint, from a talent standpoint, I think James Harden is much better than Jalen Brunson. He's nicer with the pill. He got a better long ball. He better finishing at the rim. I think he's better than him from a talent standpoint. I'm not going to argue that point at all. However, when it's time to get it done, Jalen Brunson has shown that I will get it done. He's shown that. And he doesn't have these collapses that James Harden has had.
Yeah, give me the lefty that gets buckets when it really matters.
But here's the problem, though, Ron. Top 10 scorer in the playoffs? In the playoffs ever?
Hey, chill. I mean, hey, look at them finals averages. Look at them finals averages.
Better than Allen Iverson, better than Carmelo Anthony, better than LeBron James, better than Michael Jordan. Like, who is
for sure better than Melo
in the playoffs?
Yes, in the playoffs. Yes.
Damn, Melo's so nice in the playoffs, bro.
Give me Melo.
Get Melo in the playoffs, bro.
Yeah, I forget Melo. I forget Melo in round 1 and round 2. Yes.
Better than KD.
I do.
Better than Kareem. Better than Shaq. Shut the hell up. Better than Kobe. Are you kidding me?
Oh, now you want to put Kobe
ever
in there.
Jerry West. I mean, we could.
I mean, look at the finals averages.
You ain't got to go to the 60s.
The finals averages. That's all I know.
80s forward, and I guarantee you'll come up with 10.
Ron, are you comfortable saying Adrian Dantley a better scorer than Steph Curry?
Steph.
I wasn't expecting this.
And the reason why I'm asking you that is because Adrian Dantley averaged 30 a game for 6 years. Average that.
Yeah.
You think he's better than Steph Curry as a bucket getter?
Sure, I don't know how to answer this. I don't know if you're trying to line me up with.
I think he's asking you a yes or no question. So normally you answer with yes or no.
I don't know.
Ron, you literally just said
I put no. I put the no in there. I don't know.
Ron, you said look at the averages, Ron. That's what you just told me. You said look at the averages. Okay. Adrian Dantley averaged 30 a game for 6 years.
Okay,
Curry
Ron
did not do that.
Ron
not as good a scorer as Adrian Dantley. Yes
Ron is choking. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. Okay, so he's choking right now. Let me just say it. Steph Curry's better.
And it's not.
You're welcome.
I'm talking about Jalen Brunson. So Steph and Adrian Dantley don't got nothing to do with this.
Is Jalen Brunson a better scorer in the playoffs than Leonard?
No, I quit.
These are the guys that we're talking about, Ron. Like, is he a better scorer in the playoffs than Dirk Nowitzki? Is he a better bucket getter than Dirk Nowitzki? This is what I'm talking about, Ron.
Chill,
sir.
Whenever Ron say it's not ridiculous, just know we in the off season. When he starts saying that shit, just know we in the off season. He ain't said that shit all year. When he start getting up, it's not ridiculous. This is the off season, chill.
So, because Ron just told me to look at the averages. So I'm just bringing up some guys, Ron. James, Jordan, Jabbar, Bryant, Duncan, KD, Malone, Jerry West.
You ain't gonna say Wilt? All right.
Yeah, I was about to say Chamberlain. Lajuan, Dirk Nowitzki. I'm just running off some names off the top of my head. Shit, Elgin Baylor was awesome in the playoffs too. While I'm bullshitting, like Jason, is he a better scorer in the playoffs than Jason Tatum?
Yes.
Come on. So chill. The same thing that you're accusing me of doing with putting Jalen Brunson in these categories.
I'm bringing up some guys.
Jason Tatum's not he's not in this conversation. Respect.
Okay, so Jason Tatum in it. So Jerry West, is he a better scorer than Jerry West in the playoffs?
No, he's
no.
Okay, so I mean, like the
rest in peace, the great Jerry West.
The great Jerry West, sure, right?
He not top 10, but
based on Wikipedia, he's 6'3", but in real life, Jerry West like 6'7". But
he wasn't that big.
Shit,
I seen Jerry West. Jerry West.
I met him too. I met him. You know, he used to be around the Clippers. I met him a few times. Yeah. That motherfucker big. He taller than you. I tell you that.
He is taller than me. Yes, he is.
Yeah,
he is taller.
If you about 6'5", he's taller than you.
Jerry West too. So he shrunk.
Yeah, for sure. He probably did shrink.
I say that all the time. You know what 60s game? That man is not 6'3".
For sure, not 6'3". That motherfucker about 6'6". I mean, he about 6'7" to me.
He the biggest guard on the court every time he's out there.
But
yeah,
the myth, the legend. Rest in peace to him.
He not top 10, but
I think this puts him in a different. We're gonna be honest, Ron, right? And this isn't recency bias because Jalen Brunson has given us a menu, right? Jalen Brunson has given us a resume of what he's done in the playoffs, right? He's shown us that I get busy in the playoffs. We saw that this season. We saw that last year. We saw that the year before last, right? We saw that, I can get you 30. I can get you 40. I can do that. With that being said, like when you talk about the top 10 scorers in playoff history, like let's chill out on that.
I will say this though, and I'm comfortable saying this. He might not be top 10 scorer in playoff history in the clutch fourth quarter. So you could either say fourth quarter or last 5 minutes. Jalen Brunson.
We doing the swiper stat. The swiper stat.
We could do that, yeah, but this is the Ron stat because I brought this up and I'm putting a context to it. In fourth quarter, Jalen Brunson top 10.
Is he a better bucket
fourth
getter?
quarter in the last 5 minutes with your shoes untied, Jalen Brunson is the best scorer.
It's however you want to do it. You could say with your shoes untied. You could say with no socks. You can say whatever. I don't know. On the road, at home, wherever. Jalen Brunson like that. When in the fourth quarter, when it's time to get it done.
I just want to let y'all know, if I got to stay with my consistent logic, Jalen Brunson the best player in the world. I just got to stay consistent with my logic. I don't mind that. It is what it is. I'm all about championships, like I said. Now, if he would have won a championship after 13 points a game, I ain't giving him that shit. But, hey, man, when you lift your team and you do what you do every year, I mean, not every year, but you do what you do at the end of the year and hoist that trophy up in there, that's all this game is about to me.
Well, you've said it plenty of times, Drench. Like, let's keep the main thing the main thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's make sure we keep the main thing the main thing. But Ron, is he a better bucket getter in the playoffs than Irv?
Kyrie Irving?
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving or Julius Irving?
Are you comfortable saying that?
Yes. Yes.
Is he a better bucket getter than Irv?
Hell no. Ain't too many people better bucket getter than Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily gonna say that, but like in the playoffs and in the clutch, and I know Kyrie's a crazy clutch player too. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to this clutch shit, Jalen Brunson's Mr. Clutch 2.0.
I mean, Kyrie clutch is hell too. I think we forget.
No, he is. Jalen Brunson's Mr. Clutch 2.0.
But I mean, as a guard, Jalen Brunson's a better point guard than Kyrie Irving. Like, as far as like, you know, what's the new word they just came up with, Mars? The ecosystem or some shit. What is it called?
Oh yeah.
Playmaking.
You know, the offense. Yeah, the offensive ecosystem.
Oh, we got more words. What the fuck?
The word.
He actually sent it to me yesterday and said we should talk about it today.
There's a lot of new.
What the hell? What's this?
Yeah, it's the playmaking ecosystem.
Hold on, Mars. Can you share the graphic so we can put it on here?
Man, that shit is ridiculous, Ron.
Wait, say it one more time, Jordan.
Wait, just hold on, chill. We about to put the graphic on the screen so we can go through all of them.
Yeah, that shit is nasty.
Penn sent it to me last night. He said he wanted to talk about it today. It's unfortunate that he, had to go take a bathroom break or whatever it is.
I told you niggas.
I think he went to go throw up mom's
3
spaghetti.
years ago. No, 2 years ago. I told you niggas 2 years ago this shit was gonna get out of hand, and this shit been getting out of hand ever since. Even worse.
I'm pretty sure Swiper was a part of the people that put this together. But here we go. All right, so Chill is sharing this right now. Hold on, give me a moment.
Not sharing anything.
I mean, Mars is sharing it. My bad. Chill, Mars, same thing. Same person.
What is going on?
All right, here we go. I got this for you right here, Chill. Mars, you could run them down.
So we've got well-known terms such as two-way ecosystem, offensive ecosystem, heliocentric engine. My personal favorite of pressure creation engine, two-way pressure engine, two-way scalability engine.
Can you read the names that they're comparing them to?
The fuck is
I should have read them without showing them.
What does that even mean, Jordan? What the fuck does that mean, Jordan?
I should have just read them and then made you guys guess the player it was referring to. That would have been a fun game.
I can get with this.
Two-way scalability engine, that's Jason Tatum. Two-way shot maker, that's Kawhi. Jumbo creation engine, another good one. That's Cade Cunningham.
What the hell is a jumbo creation?
A big creator, basically, a big creator. Scoring ecosystem, that's Donovan Mitchell. Anthony Edwards is a downhill scoring engine. Tyrese Halliburton is an offensive conductor. Cat is a spacing scalability big. Jalen Brunson is an advantage creation engine. Scotty Barnes is a two-way connector. And Steph Curry is a gravity ecosystem.
Oh my god.
I feel like Sammy's got
a game that I love. This shit is over with. This game
I think
is
he
no
made
longer
another one
guys.
too for the next tier of players.
This game is no longer for guys like myself, like it once was.
Chill, neither. Me neither.
This game is strictly for the calculators.
Ron, I just want to
Yeah, he did it for the 16 through 32 as well. So I'm gonna read some of them. I want you to guess the player who is talking about.
Ain't no way we go. I can't even guess the fucking name, the definition of what that shit means.
Yeah, so that's why I think it's gonna be a fun game. That's why I think it's gonna be a fun game. Okay, so in his opinion,
like can we at least try to first of all, like
Intellectual curiosity.
No.
Come on.
No, the answer is no.
Let's guess the name. Let's guess the name.
Expand your brain. Look, time out. Right quick, Mars. Hold on. Before we do
That
this,
shit gonna rot in my brain. That shit gonna rot in my brain.
who is not going to be intellectually curious right now?
Me. I'll guess the names, but it's no.
You seem like you're not in this, so you could get up out of here. John D, are you going to be curious?
I'm here.
You're here? Hey, I'm here. All right. Hey, Ron, get the fuck out of here because you're not going to be in.
Oh, here we go.
all right, cool. So this is the 16 through 32nd best players in the league according to our terminology guy. What player do you think is a connective stretch creator?
A connective stretch creator.
If it helps, rank them as the 26th best player. So think of players who you might have in that range. Connective stretch creator.
Oh shit.
Scotty Barnes.
No, he was
No,
already there.
Two-way connector. Scotty Barnes top 15 is a two-way.
Western Conference or Eastern
How about-
Conference?
Yeah, you got connect. There's players in the Eastern Conference. There's players in the Eastern Conference.
How about France? No France. Okay.
If you're talking about stretch, it ain't Paulo.
Was he traded this past offseason?
Connective stretch creator. No, he was not traded last offseason. No.
Fuck.
Cat
Right
was a
here.
stretch
You stay right here.
Connective stretch creator, Pascal Siakam.
Yeah, Pascal.
It is Pascal Siakam.
Man, I
Connective
would never
stretch
fucking
creator.
guess, man. This shit is
Our next
hardest test of my life.
Our next player.
Connective stretch creator. What the fuck does that mean?
It means
Wait, real quick, Mars, real quick.
Oh.
Where does this is already like been published? It's out there. This person
Well, published as in it was a Twitter post. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that means it's public.
Don't have that Twitter post up.
I'm gonna get this guy on the show. Oh yeah, we gonna get him.
Shit. I mean, the next player, number 22, a two-way scalability wing. Who do you think is a two-way
I don't
scalability?
even know what the
Well,
fuck
first
they
of
mean
all,
by
we gotta
scalability.
that's what. Let's get to the bottom of what scalability means. Your ability to.
It just means
Scale
means your
up and
ability
down.
to scale up and down, be versatile. So
Okay,
basically, if your team needs you to do more or something, you can do it.
Man,
They need you
I
to
don't
do
Jimmy
less
know
of
Butler.
how
something
this
else
shit
and then do
pertains
more
to
something else.
basketball.
It's either
No,
Jimmy
Butler is-
Butler or OG
Butler is not
Anunoby.
a two-way.
No, it's
It
not
is
OG.
Anunoby. It is
OG?
It is OG Anunoby. Two-way scalability wing.
Two-way
Number 22.
scalability.
The
Pin,
next
you haven't
player-
seen this, Pin?
So
I
you
know
just
he's
guessed
the
the last. So you just guessed the last two
one.
players.
And then you say he sent it
I
to
was
you?
wrong.
Ron,
It-
Ron, then
He
you
said
say
he
he
sent
sent
the
it to
top 15 one. He might not. Have seen
Oh,
this.
you just ironically missed it. Huh? All right. We gonna, all right.
I guessed Jimmy Butler. He said I was wrong. I guess
You said Jimmy Butler or OG.
Yeah. So I was,
The
I mean,
next
that's a
player
good one.
is a pressure scoring engine. Pressure scoring engine.
Yo, Brandon,
What number is he,
Motherfucker,
though?
pressure
know.
watch out there. We
So
got
pressure-
pressure
so-
watches in
Well,
basketball.
pressure scoring. That sounds like a clutch guy. That sounds like when the pressure's on the
Donovan
most,
Mitchell.
that a guy can get you
Yeah,
by.
it's
Hell
not
no.
Donovan.
Donovan
Donovan Mitchell was in the top
Donovan
10.
Mitchell was already in
Yeah,
the top
Donovan
15,
Mitchell was in
right?
the top.
A
He was
guy
a
that
scoring
can get you
ecosystem.
Pressure scorer. That sounds like Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brown.
Jalen Brunson's in the top 10.
Okay, so Jalen Brunson's
What
in the top
number is
number
the
22?
pressure scoring engine?
pressure.
This guy's number 25. Pressure scoring.
So Mars, if we don't pass this test, are we considered dumb? Because like that's
Well, I mean, this guy's been getting fried on Twitter because people have been calling him dumb. So I think.
Oh, okay. Because you know that's the way basketball talk.
not
has
De'Aaron
gone.
Fox,
When
right?
We don't understand this shit.
It's
We
not
just
De'Aaron
dumb.
Fox. It's just not De'Aaron.
Pressure.
This is the thing though. Like,
It's
I
something
might
you
not
Jalen
could
Brown?
you could maybe compare this guy to De'Aaron Fox in some ways. Maybe
Tyrese
Oh,
Maxey?
Ja.
it is Tyrese Maxey.
Okay.
But the thing
pressure
about this
scoring.
though, it's like the
John
guy.
Morant is not a top 30 player, so that's
If you make this type of list, that doesn't make like I don't think they should be frying him. He's just having fun with basketball. Like,
What if he's serious?
and,
I mean, I said it's not
you
that
can you
deep
can
when
you can be
people-
serious and
people
have
telling
fun.
me
Like
that.
that's my thing. Even about this up here, it's like, bro, y'all should probably try to have fun with like what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree.
Ain't nothing wrong with this.
I
you know
agree,
what I'm
but
saying?
what
Like,
you know the problem with that is?
I'm not going like Drench. I'm not going to get with this shit. I'm not
That's
going
what
to
I
get
was
with
about
this
to
shit
say. You know what
and
the
start
problem
doing
with
none of
this
this.
is?
But it's
We're
still
gonna get into a debate. We're gonna start talking basketball. Agendas will be pushed, and somebody will say he is nowhere near the stretch wing scalability of this guy.
That's when
And
I
then-
exit stage left.
I
I
don't think
exit
that'll ever
stage
happen
left.
in
Just
real
in
life,
the
bro. I don't
conversation.
think
I'm
ever-
cool.
This is
Hey,
more-
Mars.
this is more
Mars
social
never
media.
say
You
never.
you're not no
This is not gonna
swiper,
happen,
Mars.
This is not gonna happen in real. But even swiper is online. It's through the screen. In real life, you're not gonna talk to someone. You're not gonna come up to someone, and they're gonna be like, you know who my favorite two-way scalability wing is like?
Mars, you'll be
Shit,
shocked. You'll be shocked.
Swiper
bro.
for sure would do that shit.
Mars, you'll
Swiper
be
for
shocked.
sure
Now,
would do
Mars,
that
I know you say you don't be out much, but I do.
That's all.
Okay,
Yeah.
I do, and I talk to a lot of people about basketball. I walk around a lot of times. I have my
I try to
basketball
ignore
gear
their
on
ass about
stuff.
basketball,
You know,
for real.
shorts, basketball shorts, and people were just like, "Oh, they want to talk basketball." You know, I'm just like, "Okay, we could do that." Now, Mars, I've been hearing some of the wildest shit, bro. But go ahead, carry on. Don't let me
I
derail.
ain't,
But
I'm not
what's
talking
wrong with the
basketball
offensive
somebody else.
ecosystem?
I'm not.
Nothing's wrong with that. I just don't want to get involved in it. I don't think there's anything wrong. There's a lot of stuff there's nothing wrong with that I don't partake in. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is one of those things. I don't think there's anything wrong with people having fun with basketball and going deeper into different ways of talking about it. That's fine. I don't have to get involved in it. I think this is cool. Honestly, I think this is actually kind of cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's especially for the people that want to talk about it this way.
So
There's
Drench,
nothing
I
wrong with
just looked up the definition of ecosystem, and it is a biological community of interacting organisms in
Dude,
their
that's not how
physical
he defined. But
environment.
that's not how he defined it. And come
That's
on,
what's
Joe,
It's
like,
the same
That's-
way
that's what
heliocentric
people-
means things revolve around the sun.
Okay,
We
so-
use it in basketball. And there's no
yeah,
logic.
like chill. The way he,
Astronomy, sorry.
I read his explanation in terms of like the definition between an engine and an ecosystem. And he said an engine runs through, like it means it runs through the player, and an ecosystem runs because of the player. And I understand that very well. Like the Denver Nuggets offense runs because of Jokic, right? Whereas
It runs through them too, though.
But
There
what
can
is
be
the,
overlap.
shit,
I
what's
think
the most
logically there
important
can be
thing in
overlap.
any ecosystem?
Well, first of all, I gotta understand what an ecosystem
advantage creation.
No, chill. I'm talking about like a real ecosystem.
In biology,
Yeah, in biology. Like the most important thing
Trees?
in ecosystem. I mean, like obviously, there's oxygen. You know what I'm saying? Like the
I mean, I would
food
assume
chain.
water. I would assume water and sunlight. I'd assume.
Yeah, and oxygen. I guess
He's asking-
oxygen, water,
Yeah,
sunlight.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 Well, I mean,
Okay, so
plants,
I'm just-
photosynthesis, they create their own oxygen. So I would say.
True.
So yeah, I would say water and sunlight.
So it sounds like the most important things are the organisms.
Biodiversity.
That's what it sounds like.
Biodiversity sounds like the correct answer. I'm just going to assume that's the correct answer.
That's that.
Good one.
So biodiversity, because I had to go to summer school for chemistry, just so y'all know. I was awful in science.
Shit,
But
I
this
would
is
have never.
biology.
I'm not
Well,
going
this
to
is
summer
Yeah, how
school,
about
serious.
biology was cool.
No,
I love biology.
I take that back, Moss. I actually got a B in biology. In chemistry. I had to go to summer school for biology.
Oh, okay,
I'm not
no,
going
no,
to-
I had to
Chill.
go- I
I
did
would've
biology.
just
and
flunked. I'm
you
not
know,
going to summer school.
You got to well, shit. I went to summer school.
I had to go to summer.
Shit,
I had to go to
hey,
summer
Jordan,
school.
they had him in
I
summer
passed chemistry. I did.
What?
My mama put me in summer school.
man,
because
we
we have a
we
baby.
getting out this class at 12. We getting out this class at 12. Your mama ain't home till 3. My mama ain't home till 4.
I'm talking about
Yeah,
summer
wait,
school used to
wait.
be a blast. But anyways, though, I mean, biology was dope, man. Cutting up pigs and
my
shit
mama
like that.
sent
Man,
me
I was
to summer
dissecting.
school because I ain't
shit
had no
out of this shit.
babysitter.
Dissecting cockroaches and shit like that. Yeah.
That's some
Yeah,
ghetto
hell
shit.
yeah.
I think y'all will really appreciate. Okay, so the account that posted all this is Mogged by Tatum. So MBT, shout outs to him. We're just talking about his stuff.
Mogged by Tatum.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a Celtics fan. I
So
assume.
what's funny is he's offered a correction because he got cooked by the internet. So he's offered a correction
Sure.
to terms that might be more agreeable. So let's try to guess who these guys are. Tall guy with no bag ecosystem.
Wemby.
Rudy Gobert.
Ball hog engine.
Hey, respect.
Ball hog.
Warhawk engine is a Luka.
Luka. Yep. Free throw ecosystem.
Shea.
Shay.
Zesty spacing big.
Oh, Zesty Space
Ah,
and Big.
damn,
is
I was gonna say Jaron McCain. No, it's bad. Okay.
Yeah, that's crazy. Zesty Space and Big is crazy. He wrong for that shit.
Yo, turnover engine.
James
Turnover-
Harden for sure.
Kate Cunningham. Zero
James.
level scoring connector.
That's a ball
It's
stopper.
Scotty Barnes, unfortunately. Fuck.
Yeah.
Flopping creation engine.
Oh shit.
Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson. You are correct. See, so he has basically adjusted his take so that everyone can now understand what he's talking about. It's perfect. It's
That's so
wonderful.
much
Yeah, we
better.
actually did a lot better on that one than we did on that.
Yeah, exactly. Because we speaking a lot. We speaking real English. That's why we speaking real English.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of concerning that we got zesty spacing big before we got two-way scalability wing. But you know, I mean,
Yes, no, the zesty part
Why
is
do
a
we have
dead
to use
giveaway.
that? Like,
But
that's a dead giveaway,
scalability.
As soon as it says zesty, I was with you, Mars. I was thinking it was Jerry McCain for sure.
yeah, Jared McCain was my
No,
first.
no,
As
Jerry
a-
McCain not
as a
zesty.
player, the context. is
Jerry
there.
Jerry
McCain
McCain not
not
zesty. What?
No.
You gonna be seeing that?
No,
you know what?
no.
This is
No,
an
no, no, no,
inappropriate
no, no.
conversation
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
He's not
I'm a-
zesty. He's festive.
I mean, it's June, you know.
Yeah, he's not zesty though.
He's festive.
Two-way scalability.
Yeah, he's
That's-
zested already. He's already he's inzested. That's all. That's what he is.
Absolutely invested.
What were the other ones? Like okay, so ecosystem, scalability, engine.
You got ecosystem,
Shot
engine,
maker.
He already got it
scalability.
Conductor.
Conductor was one of them. Conductor was one
Okay,
of them.
Maestro. That's the
Ah,
lead guard.
man.
Okay,
And
I'm with
connector.
that.
Sweet as hell.
And connector.
And then you got words like downhill, pressure, jumbo was a word used. Steph got gravity. He was the only one who got gravity.
Two-way. So
Two-way, obviously. Two-way,
So-
everyone understands two-way.
Sure.
Spacing, obviously.
like okay, so I mean, let's just play multiple choice here. Giannis, Tatum, and Leonard. One guy is a two-way shot maker, one guy is a two-way scalability engine, and one guy is a two-way pressure engine. I wanna just first of all, I just
Pressure
want to
is
say
Giannis.
exactly.
Pressure is Giannis, scalability is Tatum, and shot maker is
Tatum.
Kawhi.
So
Right,
maybe
absolutely.
I'm crazy, but I really liked this post.
Yeah,
And-
because it had straight West top 15.
No.
Two things can be
not-
true.
Why you
That's
pretend
not,
like you ain't see it? then?
that's not why I liked it.
No, he said he didn't see the 16 through 32. He said he saw the top 15.
Oh, okay.
He's
I did
seen
not
that.
see the 16. I promise you, I did not. Why would
As you,
I don't care if he's lying or not.
as you were saying,
I really appreciated this because this is the way that I think basketball is actually played. Whereas I think some of the positions, like this guy's a center, this guy's a small forward. I'm sorry, Wemby and Mitchell Robinson have nothing in common at all. In terms of how they play, what they do is barely anything in common. They're tall and they grab rebounds. But apart from that, there's no way that center is as close as you can get to describing these two players. There has to be a difference.
Why do we
Jokic
have
and
to
Wemby
compare
are
them? Why do we
not-
have to compare them
Because
like
they-
in that sense? Just because they play center, we have to compare them? Like one is just better than the other.
Well, but I mean, Drench, like subconsciously, we all say that a big who doesn't rebound is not doing his job. Or we say a big who doesn't block shots is not doing his job. But we're completely, do we ever say that a big that doesn't play make isn't doing his job because Jokic is such a good passer? No, we don't, right? So the descriptors to me are archaic and old school. And I think that, you know, in the best example of this is Giannis, Tatum, and Leonard, because all three are forwards and they're stupidly different players. The scalability engine aspect of it, right, means here's how I interpret scalability. Scalability means you can move up and down your role. Jason Tatum can be an awesome third option, or an awesome second option, or an awesome first option. He can do all three. And you know what? In a pinch, so can Karl Anthony Towns. The shot making and the spacing and the overall general floor of their skill sets and their playmaking ability make it so that they can fit in anywhere. I think OG is also a very scalable player. And it's ironic that he put scalability, I think, in all of their descriptors. Whereas I don't think Giannis is as scalable, but he provides so much pressure, that pressure engine part, that he's creating more advantages for the rest of his teammates than Tatum or Kawhi.
Pim, would OG be more scalable? Scalable is the word we're looking at. Would he be more scalable on the defensive side or the offensive side?
Both.
Because I think he's more scalable on the defensive side.
Well, Jordan's been calling OG scalable without knowing him scalable every time he suggests he could be a number one option.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I want to make this
So
clear though.
Jordan subconsciously agrees with OG being a two-way scalability wing. He just doesn't know.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't say I don't agree. I think that's a big misconception that I don't agree that these titles are correct or incorrect. I think that's the biggest misconception. I just can see how far this shit will go inside because we in the field of basketball debating. I can just see how far this debate shit will go with these type of terms and the derogatory names that they will call you when you just don't want to have a conversation with these terms, because it once again will start to become subjective whenever they want it to be subjective, but they're going to use it objectively, like Swiper does. Every time Swiper says objectively, he secretly means subjectively. But that's just the way this shit be used. So it's not that I don't agree with him. Like it's not that I'm saying the guy's wrong. I have no idea what in his mind made these terms was whatever he see fit. So it's not a right or wrong answer to me. It's just I just don't like the way we can talk about basketball in a much simpler way than that. And I think the real problem that I have with it is we do this type of talking about it, but when it comes down to the game of X's and O's and explaining that shit, it's very vague talk when it comes to that. But when it comes to describing how a player fucking ball hogs and how you want somebody else to like think that he's not a ball hog, well, we got to have this ecosystem type shit, this heliocentric engine. Now we got some shit like that when all you really saying this motherfucker a ball hog.
Yeah, but okay, so isn't there sometimes
that's really my only concern with this shit?
So like, okay, so one person would say, I just think basketball debate, like as I've heard it my whole life, I've always felt that it was really stupid. Like what I was listening to was really dumb. This guy averages 25, this guy averages 20, so guy's 25 is way better. What I like about this is it actually measures all of basketball. It gives you the defense, the playmaking, the scalability, the portability, all of it. And it says, you know what? Just because this guy averages 26, like a Tyrese Maxey, does not mean he's better than Karl-Anthony Towns, who averages 20. Because what Cat does is important too, right? There's another version of this where people just boost up a certain archetype without realizing it. Shot creator is an archetype. It's been an archetype through all of history of basketball. There have been shot creators. Jerry West was a shot creator. Michael Jordan was a shot creator.
Yeah, but I don't think they really started saying that for real until 2K shit started coming out. When that shit started happening on 2K, then we start hearing that shit. I've never heard about none of that shit in these conversations until
have
2K
you seen
put
the
all
2K archetypes?
Jordan, like, 2K archetypes are
tempo pusher. That shit was crazy as fuck to me. When I first seen that shit, I remember getting visibly upset, Mars. Like, I can't fuck with this game. The fuck is a two-way tempo pusher? But
someone who plays defense,
two-way tempo pusher is Scottie Pippen.
Jason Kidd would be a two-way tempo pusher.
Would Scottie
Jason
Pippen?
Kidd was a two-way tempo.
yeah, but nobody really talked about that shit for real until 2K is what I'm saying.
He can
I agree. I think video games have influenced the language used in sports conversations more than people acknowledge.
Absolutely.
A lot of people my age have grown up on video games, so the terminology they get from those games, they're bringing into real conversations just because that's what they know. Now, do I think that's right? Oh no, I don't really care.
I don't really care.
I just don't think it's that. I don't think it's that big of a deal, to be honest. But I do.
No, I don't think it's that big of a deal either. But I will say, there's been shit like I saw you say something like it's like a shot creator or a 3-and-D. They took those two terms because that's all it really was back then. And combo guard, of course, shot creator, combo guard. Not even really shot creator. I think that's some new type shit. But
combo guard,
3-and-D, in a stretch floor. They took those basic terms that was just the tip of the iceberg. Yeah, the tip of the iceberg, and said, wow, you think you know more than me now. I'm going to go with an offensive glass cleaning tempo pusher. That's what you are now. You think you know more than me. That's what this shit then turned into. And for me, it's not that I don't like it. Like I said, it's a conversation that I tend to not go into. It's just the fact that whenever I'm talking basketball and somebody brings it up, if I don't want to engage in it, I'm now stupid.
John D, I just want to make sure that whenever we're talking basketball, that I know what we're talking about. So when you said when that's it, I just want to make sure
that's
that
it.
I know.
That's not hard. That shouldn't be too much to ask for.
That's it. I just want to make sure that I know what we're talking about. I know I'm older.
Yeah,
right? I know I'm a little bit older, but when you say shit like
they will call you stupid.
Okay,
don't you?
hang on.
Then again, it's like you got to understand who you're talking to as well.
Okay,
like,
wait a second. I got my.
You just want to have fun talking basketball.
That's
all you want to do. Just talk basketball.
No, but you're gonna be called stupid because you don't understand it.
John D, I never seen you before. I don't know you, and then we start talking basketball, and you say shit to me like ecosystem. Point guard. I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell is that?
I'll never go to the barbershop and bring up points per possession. I'll never do it.
I can't go into a barbershop and say defensive rating. I can't do it.
Now when you go to the barbershop, ain't nobody there.
Like intellectual curiosity. I don't know if you guys are reverse analyzing this. I don't know.
Wait a second. I like to go and sit down and talk shit.
But hang on. Like I got.
Hold on, Mad Max. I ain't never got cooked by nerds. You can go check my resume. I'm undefeated against the nerds. Don't you ever do that. Don't you ever. I hate when y'all do that to me. Y'all did that shit all PCL last year, and I packed that shit up in a nerdy ass suitcase. So don't you do that. No, I never lost to the nerds now. Don't do that. But hey, go ahead.
I got my CFA before crypto was a thing. I started investing in the stock market before AI was a thing.
Yeah.
But the majority of money that's been made in the stock market over the last, or in the market in general over the last 7 or 8 years, has been through crypto, AI, semiconductors, which means I could walk into a Wall Street meeting right now, and I'd be totally out to lunch. I would not be connected to what people are talking about, the companies, the measurements they're using to track the growth of these industries. I would be out of it. But that doesn't mean that I shouldn't want to learn about it. And it's the same thing with basketball. Jordan, I'm pretty sure that you could talk to one of these, basketball nerds, so to speak, and they're talking about spreadsheets and FCs, and you could be like, yeah, but let's break down the tape. And they'd be totally done. Like they wouldn't know what they were looking at because you break down tape for your channel. And so that doesn't mean that they're stupid if they don't know what you're doing, or that you're stupid because you don't know what they're doing.
No, but that's what it means to them. I never said that a person that has these spreadsheets shit, I've never called them stupid. I never do that. But it's just the fact that when we talking basketball with them, if they say some shit that maybe we don't understand, or maybe we never heard before, maybe we're not in depth, it's always we stupid. It's always you don't know ball.
If you can only do the spreadsheet shit, but then if we bust out the flat screen or whatever, and we're going through the game and you don't know what's going on, then I don't want to talk to you about anything that has to do with basketball.
Right. But
like, what are you doing here? You don't belong here.
But that's why a scouting department sends out old school scouts who've coached the game.
Yeah, they definitely
study the game. And they want to get a feel for these athletes, but then they also have an analytics department. It's why those two things feed into the same ecosystem, to borrow that term.
Yeah, but one's much more important than the other.
And honestly, that's beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I'll tell you that. There are front offices that will rely more on the analytics. They'll look at a player, they'll say, "Oh, he's amazing," but you know what? His at-rim finishing doesn't look right to me. 32nd percentile. I can't draft this guy. There's some teams that swear by it, but I don't know a single team that doesn't use both and lean one way. And I'm not really here to say
teams should continue to use both. Like, teams should continue to use all of that stuff. I think it's important.
I would say the Thunder are very analytically driven. That's a very analytically driven organization.
And there's nothing. And once again, like I said, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it's cool. Like, that's fine. We're talking about that. I'm talking about discussing basketball. I'm talking about analyzing basketball. I'm talking about having basketball conversation and actually understanding what you're looking at. That's what I'm talking about. Like, however teams draft, that's.
I think it's just like keep doing that indiscriminately. Cool. I think it's just about the hit rate of your decisions. If you tell me that there's this new analytic that is going to help me pick stocks a little bit better than my old analytic, I'm going to adopt. I really don't care about the old one. I just want a higher success rate. If you tell me the gap is 2%, that I'm going to be 2% better at making money, then my ROI.
I definitely understand that. I definitely understand that logic, Pan. I think in basketball, I think that's the approach that everybody wants to have. I think just so happened that the ending result isn't always that cut and dry. It was this better or not. And I think that's what we see.
Creator, man. Like, you don't use your analytics. You don't.
Hold on. But this is why I think it's always been a push and pull and a back and forth. Is because, like you just said, we just want to like, and I do agree. People just wanted to make basketball a little bit more efficient and a little bit down to the point. But just so happen basketball just isn't like that. For example, I use the mid-range one. For example. They said you shouldn't be taking these mid-ranges year after year and blah, blah, blah. Then you get in the playoffs, and that's where the game is fed into. And that's the one that we cannot like that's the one that the people that not into the analytics will say, aha, look, I told you. And then the analytics people will still say, still a worse shot in basketball. I mean, it's still an inefficient shot. But it's like, yeah, but in the playoffs, that mid-range shot is highly used. And I think that's the thin line that's why maybe there's a little bit of rift or rap. But I'm not saying we don't need analytics. I think that's the biggest misconception about whenever I push back on it. I'll just push back on the way they use it for agenda pushing.
When the mid-range shot was outlawed by analytics, it was actually the reason that the mid-range shot has come back into fashion is because teams are more consistently willing to give that up. So many times a player will be hounded at the rim and run off the three-point line, leaving this wide state of real estate And when things close down in the playoffs and when teams have an established rhythm, an open mid-range shot is going to be so much more efficient. Well, not so much more efficient, mildly more efficient than a contested 3-point shot.
Well, then that's the better shot. That's the better shot.
Basketball is always
That's the thing. It's the only thing that matters. The only thing that
running
matters
you off the 3-point line.
The only thing that matters is what's the open shot. What's the better look? It doesn't matter what the analytics say on this. It doesn't. That doesn't matter.
Of course it matters.
That's the part about basketball that we have to get across to. It doesn't matter why. Only thing that matters is that this is the best look. That's what you're supposed to be looking for. That's what you're supposed to be looking for in basketball. In basketball, you're supposed to look for the first best good shot, the first good shot, the first best shot, the first open shot. If it's the mid range, that's fine. If it's in the 3 and you're a capable 3-point shooter, shoot the basketball. If you're on the block, you're in the layup, whatever it is, it's open or it's a good look. If it's open to you. Everything, what's open to one person ain't open to another person. But if it's an open look or if it's a good look, you shoot it.
Hey,
and I don't care why it's open.
I gotta kind of add to that. If you go back to the Spurs playing against the Knicks, right? And we talked about and I talked about this too on my channel about about having Wemby as a roamer. Like it sounds good analytically. Like it sounds good. Like, hey, I'm gonna put Wemby on a Josh Hart. I'm gonna put Wemby on the weakest part. And yes, that works if a team specifically plays the style of basketball that you want them to play. Now, the problem with that is once the team decide, oh, I see what you're trying to get from me, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to move that motherfucker and make you run from all the way over there to all the way over here. And then the little peel switches that you want, I know how to quickly turn that into a miscommunication. Now it's like you're thinking a little bit, you're overthinking it at times. And that's when it's like, I agree with the analytics sometimes about the game. I think we had this conversation before, and I was like, some coaches got to make more than one adjustment in the game. Like it needs to be 7, 8, 9 adjustments sometimes in the game. And I think analytics sometimes don't allow you to do that because you're so focused on the long game. Because that's really what it is a lot of times. It's really long game. Like a guy makes 1 3, you're like, ah, shit, he ain't gonna make that 3. Then that motherfucker done made 3 of them and you still leaving them open. It's like, all right, in a park basketball for a game to 15, we like, hey, stop leaving that motherfucker open. He just made 3. But in the NBA, for some reason, a motherfucker can make 12 before we say, oh shit, he was hot. And it's like, you're lost now. Now you're lost though. And that's the shit I've been pushing. I've been pushing this game is about wins, not about stats. And that's maybe my issue with the analytical part of the basketball.
I think in the half court, if you notice how many times the Knicks reset their offense within the half court, that was very interesting to me. Like
you talking about against the Spurs?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought they were figuring it out what they wanted.
I think they were just moving the pieces around, almost like they were playing chess on every single possession. So Brunson would take 2 steps into the paint. You would think he had an open floater, but he would pass it up. Then OG would get it. They run him off the line. He takes 2 steps, passes it out to Josh Hart. He swings it out to Karl-Anthony Towns. Now, by that many decisions, it's almost like decision fatigue where the Spurs have now probably made a mistake and the Knicks haven't made a mistake. And Wemby is out in the corner and boom, there's a straight line drive.
100%.
And that kind of chess match, I think part of that chess match, the equation that went into the chess match is the analytics. The reason that I said that mid-range thing is like the
so everything is basically analytics is what you're saying.
Okay, so like what am I probing for? I'm probing for a situation where I'm at an advantage and you're at a disadvantage. Where am I at an advantage? I'm at an advantage when I have a cross match, which is why I run. I run in transition to feed on cross matches. Ideally, I have a big under the basket and you have a guard who didn't recover, or I have a 5-on-4, or I have a mismatch on top, or I have a mismatch like somewhere else on the court, or you're scrambling and in the attempt to scram switch, I'm able to capitalize with a downhill attack, just catch a breakdown. I'm capitalizing on the offensive rebound scrambles. Okay. I have a talent between Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson. I have offensive rebounding talent. You sometimes have a big who is out of position and a little bit weak, and I'm able to push him out of the way and get offensive rebounds. And off those offensive rebounds, my spacing is so perfect that I almost always generate a clean 3.
Okay.
Right. And I have good shooting. So off the combination of offensive rebounding plus shooting is something that I could probably factor in analytically. And again, the point of the mid-range shot, like Mikal Bridges probably had one of the most efficient. I don't know if held up all the way through. One of the most efficient mid-range shooting playoff runs in NBA history.
Yes. Okay. I get what you're saying.
But that shot was always available because teams are trying to run him off the line because they prefer that shot. But he's saying, okay, you prefer the shot, but I'm good at the shots. I'm just going to hit it at a ridiculous rate.
So basically, you saying that everything about basketball is analytically, which I'm willing to concede. I'm willing to say yes because that's how you get to a win. To be honest with you, like at the end of the day, if we try to figure out how we get to a win, because we're dealing with numbers and a numbers point, like a point system, of course, we got to talk about analytics. And that's why I said I'm really not against it. But there is a part of the game that it just took the human element out of the game. And that's why I think more coaches could coach in the NBA more than what people think, because it's a part of a feel. It's a feel for the game that used to be a specialty, a part of the game. And one of the coaches that we probably talk about that has it the most is Rudy Tomjanovich. Like the feel for the game is sometimes that is like a gift. It's like a gift. Like I can feel the momentum swinging. Like I'll bring an example, and I brought it up against when the Knicks was playing the Spurs. When the Spurs was up 15 points, Jalen Brunson makes a three. There's no way Mitch Johnson should have allowed them to speed that shit up and say, go right back at him. It's no way. It's no way. Dealing with a team that needs possessions. I say this all the time. When a team is down by double digits, it's in their best interest for you to speed up. When you speed up, you give them more possession. It's no way Mitch Johnson should have said, hey, y'all go right back at him and try to get a quick look. Bro, an old school coach will say, yo, slow down. Let's run this play to where I can get Wemby as closest to the basket as fucking possible. I don't give a fuck what the analytics say. If we can get Wemby as close to the basket as possible, we probably can score. But it's like, well, we got to push the pace. We got to run in transition. We got to hurry up and get it out and it's like, that's what I'm talking about. But I'm willing to concede that basketball is basic because it's a point system. It's based on analytics. Like I don't want people to think that, because I see that in the comments a lot. But like, he's so dumb, he don't understand numbers. And it's like, no, I do understand them, but I also understand the feel for the game is just as important as the numbers, or not more important. Because another feel for the game is keeping De'Aaron Fox in the game when he's stinking it up. Now, I do understand why Mitch does that, because I'm going to be your coach for however long until they fucking trade you. So I can't just make a bullshit decision that you're going to be on my team, and that, like, I understand that part of it. Like, I'm coaching you, bro. Like,
why can the Knicks bench, Mikal Bridges, but the Spurs can't bench?
But Ben, because I was just going to bring that up. That's actually a human element that worked to Mike Brown's advantage.
Culture. But culture. Because Mikal Bridges,
which is a human element.
He comes from a championship. He comes from a championship background, though.
That's a human element. Because if you would have looked at all the stats and numbers, they would have said keep Mikal Bridges in the game. Analytically, you don't want Jose Alvarado here because of this, that, and the third. Mike Brown went with his gut, and his nuts. Okay, Mike Brown had to use. All right, my bad. Mike Brown had to use his cojones to say, "Yo,
no, you was right. You was right, bro.
We are going to sit down a guy who we traded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 first-round picks for,
playing really good in playoffs, by the way.
Who has been playing? Yes, like he went against all common sense and logic. And you know what's funny? Had they lost the series because of something like that, Mike Brown will be getting crucified right now. Instead, Mike Brown is forever immortalized in New York because he went with his gut decision. And he said, you know what?
It's just like Mitch Johnson getting crucified. So, yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. It's like Mitch Johnson getting crucified for the opposite. But I will say this, though, because I grew up, and I'm glad you brought the box plus minus shit up, because I had no idea that's what it's called. But to tell you the truth, my coach in high school basically was having us on a box plus minus system. I didn't know the difference between the two, because he would just call it box plus. He would just call it plus minus. Like in practice and games, we'll have a girl on the side tracking our plus minuses, and at the end he would put that shit in the locker room and we would see it. And that's why I was saying that when I first came on, I was saying like in plus minus is like, if somebody score on you, that shit is a negative and shit like that. And then y'all were like, no, it doesn't have nothing to do with that. And I'm like, yeah, it does. But now I understand. Like, so basically, he basically did that with us when we was in school.
So there's plus minus, There's like real plus minus, rate adjusted plus minus,
Oh
box
shit!
minus,
Now we're going too far.
estimated plus minus.
There's like 19 plus minus.
Yeah.
Oh well, shit! I don't know which one he was fucking doing. There, I have no idea.
The
There.
theory is the same. The theory in all of these things is the same. The theory is to individuate your contribution to the team's success. The methodology is completely different. With estimated plus minus, which a lot of people swear by, there's more than just the box score. With box plus minus, is just an estimate of your contribution to the box score. So steals, turnovers, blocks, assists, points, shot attempts.
So which one is this one? He used to do this one where like, well, we did obviously we do the ones where you score, you get a plus, you miss a shot, you get a minus. If somebody score on you, you get a minus. If you turn it over.
What was your coach's name?
Coach Green, he a Hall of Fame coach.
That's the green plus minus.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he a Hall of Fame coach though. He got
it.
like damn near 1,000 wins, and he got like fucking 4 state championships.
But you know what's funny? I used to play this game. Y'all play Beat Larry Bird. Y'all ever used to play that game?
No, hell nah. We didn't play that shit, and ain't no beat Larry Bird. The hell.
Okay, so I used to, there's different variations of it, but when I used to be shooting up at like 2 a.m. in the snow, I used to have this deal with myself. If I miss a shot, it's -3. If I make a shot, it's +1.
I know what you're talking about. Okay, I've done that before in drills and stuff. Yeah, that shit hard as hell.
You been trying to beat Larry Bird?
Hard as hell.
Yeah,
them motherfucking Pistol Pete Maravich basketball drills hard as a motherfucker, boy. Where you got to shoot that shit with no goddamn rebounder, no dribble, and you got to make fucking 17 shots and shit. Man, shit hard as a motherfucker. You miss bad one time ball, go to half court, you fucking lost. Like you got no rebounder, you got no dribbles, you got to just roll the ball out and go to that bitch and shoot it. Man, that shit was hard as a motherfucker. I'm like, man, I can't do this shit, but
easy. Just make layups.
Nah, you had to shoot it, Mark. You had to shoot that shit. No dribble, no rebounder. Go get your own rebound, shoot that bitch. You got 30 seconds to make 17 shots.
Make sure that shit falls straight through the rim. So
that shit was hard. But that shit definitely get your skill better for sure. That shit for sure get your skill better.
Yeah, they be cutting down the mesh in the hood. You don't know about that.
Cutting down the what?
They cut down the mesh in the hood.
They go.
What is the mesh?
The mesh, the basketball mesh.
The net. Oh, okay. Yeah. Who cut it down though?
Why can't you just call it net?
Because it's the mesh. Why would we call Wemby a two-way player when he's a two-way ecosystem?
Facts.
Okay.
Yeah.
For sure.
Over here we call it the twine.
Like some people wonder why like sometimes you go to like those basketball courts and they got like metal
nets. Yeah, that shit is ass too. That shit remind me of prison. Not that I've been to prison.
I used to get busy on the chains, boy.
You don't rock with the chain, man?
The chains is fire. Them actually is my favorite because like growing up, like we used to be on the blacktop. Like we would go from court to court to court, and so I used to love when we used to get to any court that had the chains. I used to, as a matter of fact, it's a park right down the street from where I used to grow up. They used to have chains there all the time.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I hate the double rim, but I fuck with it because if I can make shots clean on that bitch, oh my god! If I can make shots clean on the double rim, you can't fuck with me, boy. I know how. That's how I learned how to shoot the mid range for real. Playing on the double rim, I learned. I'm a really good mid range shooter. Like
you know what would be fun?
Way better than any. I'm a really good mid range shooter for real. But I learned from the double rim though.
I'll tell you what. Next time you do PC Weekend in Toronto, do open runs in Toronto. It's a good hoop scene. Y'all probably.
I've been seeing the hoop scene in Canada.
It ain't
jump up. I know they fucking wrong like a motherfucker about it taking over the USA. That shit was just wrong to the motherfucker, but I let them have it. I ain't even argue with one of the dudes.
There's a lot of hoopers in Toronto, man. Like a lot of hoopers in Hamilton, a lot of hoopers in Mississauga. Like if y'all come here, we get a film camera, we get that shit, we get probably like 3 weeks of content out of it.
Hey man, I can give me 3 weeks of content doing something else in Toronto. Hey boy.
You trying to soft launch your OnlyFans? What are you doing, Jordan?
Yeah, you sure goddamn right, boy. I'll give me some content. Boy.
The women are beautiful here, yeah.
Or are they? We can go all the way up to motherfucking Vancouver. I ain't tripping.
Shout out Vancouver.
You're not lying about that, yeah.
What is the other part? The British Columbia part of Canada?
That's Vancouver.
That's the only part, though?
What do you mean?
I thought they had like
Montreal, Toronto, Vancouver. You go to those 3 places. You get very
Vancouver is only BC.
Yeah,
Vancouver is a city in British Columbia.
Okay, now it makes sense. Okay, I got you. What's another city in British Columbia that would be notable?
I don't know.
Damn.
I'm not.
So they got some joints there that don't nobody know yet. Boy, I'm head up to that.
No, they know. I'm bad with geography. I don't know shit about the West Coast. I've never been there.
Hey, boy, they got some shit hiding over there, just like they do in Eritrea and Ethiopia, because ain't no fucking internet over there.
It's expensive as shit, though. I'll tell you that. They got California prices from BC.
All right,
it can't be too expensive.
You can't be a cheap bastard and come over here to the West Coast and think you finna live good.
Facts. But now y'all forgot about Edmonton, like Calgary area and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
That's a little further north of British Columbia.
All right, y'all. Well, let's go ahead and get to these super chats. I appreciate everybody that's tapped in. We've talked about a bunch of different things today, so our super chats are probably going to be all over the place. However, if you got any question for the panel, if you got any topic for the panel, if you got any takes for the panel, this is the way to get it off, or just pull up to our members only streams on Thursdays and Sundays at 9 p.m. Eastern time, and you could talk directly to us. However, the first super chat is $19.99 from Jerome1587. Jerome said, who in the East was an actual championship contender this season other than the Knicks?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's a great question.
I think it fizzled out that by the time the playoffs started, it was the Celtics. Definitely not the Pistons, though. I can tell you that, and definitely wasn't the Cavs. But probably the Celtics. That's probably was it. To be honest with you, probably just the Celtics.
So the Knicks and the Celtics were championship contenders.
Yeah.
Who was contenders in the West?
In the West, who was it?
The Thunder.
OKC and San Antonio.
Okay, so two teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About four. That sounds about right.
The Nuggets.
And I think San Antonio. It was by
What
thread.
do you mean? Why are you acting surprised? We just watched the Nuggets.
He said who was actual. Here's my thing. Yes, we watched.
Yeah, so we watched the playoffs. We saw there was four contenders.
So we're reverse analyzing.
Yes.
I mean, he didn't. So
No, I don't think he wanted to reverse analyze.
Well,
that.
the question was
wanted
preseason, the Spurs weren't contenders.
Yeah. I don't think the Spurs were contenders until
I'm thinking pre-playoffs. I'm thinking pre-playoffs. But I don't know. He didn't give us a timeline. He didn't say reverse analyze it. He didn't say project analyze it. I don't know.
I think really in the West, the only one was OKC.
So that would sound like he's asking for like.
So they weren't contenders from the majority, Mars, or they weren't contenders. Period.
There were 7 contenders, and
The
both
Spurs were not considered contenders prior to the season start.
By the masses, because you
by
had
the
them in
consensus,
you had them in the NBA championship. Were you trolling or were you serious?
I mean, even I was saying that kind of just to prove a point about Cade not being the MVP. No, I ended up being right. So I'm gonna say, come on, man, foresight. But at the end of the day, I had that team in the play-in. So
Yeah.
No, he didn't. Okay.
Now you can make the finals out of playing. That's what the Heat do. But they weren't in my finals. I thought OKC were going back to the finals.
Me too. I had OKC or
Me as
Denver.
well.
I had OKC or Denver, but once I saw Jokic get hurt, I was like,
That's a different.
it's no way they're gonna be back ready to play come playoff time with him being hurt.
Different.
I don't even
All
know
right.
what had come out of the East.
The next super chat is from Tupac West
Did I have the
Side.
fucking Knicks coming out the East? I want to know. I want to go back.
Wait
to
a
that
second.
list. I
Happy
might
birthday,
have
Tupac.
the Knicks.
Isn't it today?
Is today Tupac?
June
Well,
16th,
Yeah,
right?
16th.
No, it's 17th. Him and my mom had the same birthday, June 17th, I
Pretty
believe.
sure it's the 16th, bro.
Oh, it might be, but I know my mom's 17. They're around
Yeah,
the
it
same
is.
time.
It is the 16th. Yes, he would be.
I wonder if he's
he would
having a
be-
party.
He would be 55 today.
Damn, Pac could be 55.
Yeah.
That brother was young, man.
That brother was like 25 when he died. He been dead 30 years.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, to be dead
It'll
30
be
years is
it'll be 30
crazy.
years. It's been 29 to be 30 years next year. No, yeah, no, you're right.
Dead
This year,
30
this year,
years
this
is
year.
crazy.
Like
Just over-
Yeah.
I'm about to say,
It'll be 30 years.
You do know the
30
dude's gonna be dead for a lot longer than 30 years.
I know, but chill, that's what's crazy though. Like, damn, the nigga been dead 30 years. Like 30 years?
Yeah, it'll be 30 years in September, right? This year, yeah.
He died in September?
I remember that.
I
September
believe so.
7th, 1996.
Yeah.
I remember that shit.
Yeah,
Like
and because
Damn, he stayed in what, ICU that long?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
That nigga stayed in ICU more than half a year.
No,
He got
No,
shit.
it wasn't.
He got shot on the 7th. He died the next week on the 13th.
He didn't get shot in January. I thought he got shot in January.
No, he got shot in
He got shot in. He got
September.
the first time he got.
Big got that was that Big that got shot in around that time. Then
No, Big got
I
killed.
think
in
Big
March.
got shot in March.
Yeah, Big got
March
March
20,
9th.
March
Who the fuck got
97.
killed?
You don't know what you talking about. Someone down the
Fuck
street
got
from
killed in
Jordan just got shot
January.
in January. And he
So
just
Pac was shot the first time
Yeah.
in December of '94. Then he got shot again in September
September
of,
96.
of '96, and he passed away a week later. And then a week after that, Big ended up getting a car accident.
Well, who the fuck got killed in January then for me to think like this?
Nobody was killed in January.
Well, there probably was. I mean, there probably was someone.
Yeah,
When,
but-
in conjunction with Tupac and Biggie, none of them two dudes had
I mean,
anything to do with that.
it's been a lot of rappers that have had untimely demises due to bullet wounds.
Yeah.
I want to change the subject because this is a sensitive topic for me. I just hate how
Me too, Ron.
all the
Me
good
too, Ron.
rappers end up
Yeah.
dying because of the same exact thing,
Yeah,
or
same.
drug overdose. Like
if they were bad rappers, though.
it's just
Nobody would care if they were
ridiculous.
bad rappers, Mars.
I actually stopped listening to
Apparently, yeah, because that life don't matter because that music.
I stopped listening to rap, Ron, for a while. Like when Big got killed, I actually stopped listening to rap.
That's how it was when Nipsey died, and then even since Nipsey has died, it's been a whole conjunction of other rappers that have died
Oh
due to the
my
same
God.
thing. It's just ridiculous.
lying.
It's just ridiculous. But Jordan,
Yeah.
Jordan, I'm about to change the subject though.
No, go ahead. I don't want to. Shit, I listen to R&B a lot. Boy, I'm an R&B nigga.
As
I'm
you were
about to
saying,
start listening to country. Tupac Westside said, "Morning, fellas.
Why you playing?
Been hearing Giannis talks for so long that I have no idea where he goes. As for San Antonio, the world's not ending. Fox had a bad series, and Wemby needs to get better and grow up. That's simple."
I agree with that last part for sure.
We're in 2026. How many years have we been talking about Giannis getting moved in?
Shit, like the last 6.
I mean, they were
Five.
talking about it after his first MVP year. Then they were talking about it after the bubble. Then it shut up because he won a chip in 21. So 21 and 22 was quiet, and then it started back up again in 23.
So he won his first MVP in 19. So we on 7 years, Mars, that we've been doing this with Giannis.
It's been a while. Yeah.
Yeah, so after they got bounced by the Raptors in 2019, they were talking about how he might demand a trade and how he might want out. To his discredit, he's never really handled it well, in my opinion.
Giannis be trolling. That's why. Giannis want to keep his money in a little small city like that, and he just want to get rich as possible, and he want to be a billionaire, which he said he'd probably be a billionaire in like the next 5 years. I think he said he'll be a billionaire, but it's like that's all he want to do.
Giannis strike me as the type of mob. If you him in his house and you tore the walls down, it ain't nothing in there but dough. He like that. He like that type of dude. Like
He said he don't spend money on crazy shit.
He probably got a house full of cash somewhere.
Nah, I doubt that. He probably got
No,
a house full of crypto.
Giannis reminds me of a guy who stays in a bad relationship because of the kids. That's what he reminds me
Nah,
of.
he don't remind me of that guy. Hell no, not Giannis.
I mean, Giannis to me is the guy where everyone tells him his relationship is bad, meanwhile he thinks the relationship is fine. And I think we should
But he
probably
knows
just
the relationship's
hide
not
the
fine because his eyes are always dancing on everyone else.
According to people on the
Because
outside,
your relationship is fine, don't mean your eyes don't dance.
Yeah, my shit be dancing regardless, boy.
If you like men or if you like women, your eyes gonna dance.
Yeah.
My eyes be dancing like Swiper, boy. I'm talking about shaking hips.
Nigga, my eyes be locked in on hips. Boy, I'm a hip man, boy.
Ooh-wee.
I think my girl is the dopest shit ever. But I mean, I could
Fat,
recognize.
yeah. But there's a lot of dope shit out there.
I could recognize a nice car.
I didn't say your eyes ain't open. I said your eyes are dancing. There's a difference.
Nah, my shit be dancing, nigga. That shit,
I
I might not even
don't-
think. I might think
Don't
she
mean I wanna
doper than
ride
my
that
girl,
car.
for
Don't mean I
real.
want to get in that car, Ron. I can recognize that it's a nice ride, though. I don't
Shit,
mean I wanna
chill.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong
Hey,
with the test
chill.
drive.
Hey, chill. My eyes be dancing so much. I start thinking this bitch might be doper than my girl. Chill. God damn.
I've been around too long. I mean,
You ain't never had a day where you was off, you was bored. You said, you know what? I'm a window shopper, and went and test drove a car you knew you wasn't finna buy.
Never
So I
did
did that
Yeah.
before.
But by the
So
time you
I'm
come
like,
back,
man,
out your shit be outside like a motherfucker, boy.
That's okay. I'm gonna go get my new ride. I'm gonna use my new ride to pack up all my shit and go to the next destination.
Hey, a man start talking about
Drink.
shit. I got 2 cars now, nigga. I got 2
Drench, hey,
cars now.
you better go back to that dealership nigga, and buy that motherfucker.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with having 2 cars sometimes. You get one.
I'm gonna make
you
sure I
get
got
one
some
for the
extra
road.
room in the back too, so I can pack up all my stuff. You feel me?
Hey, boy, you get one for the road, and then you get one to go to work in, chill.
Yeah.
You spend the most time with the one you go to work
Hey,
in.
shit, that's
Hey,
the
some
road
bright-ass
meter right
headlights.
there. That's the
You
Hey.
feel me?
The big old trunk.
hey, chill. You know you get two cars. The one you drive to work every day, that's the one you spend the most time in. That's the one you know that motherfucker. What my guy said before, that motherfucker stank a little bit. Then you get the little. Then you get the little nice little Cadillac you put on the road every now and then. New car smell, boy. Hey, boy. hey. Sometimes you
gotta have a road beater. I'm talking about a 2014, 2013 Camry.
You mean something that got a lot of mileage on it, or
Some you
can put all the miles on that motherfucker.
You get up on that freeway with.
Hey, well, you go to work every day, there and back.
Ron, I got a 2012 Honda Accord. I'm gonna get another 100,000 miles out of that.
Another 100,000. Man, how many you got?
Yeah,
about 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna get another 100,000 miles out of that joint. Yes, sir.
Hey, but you got to get you one of them Cadillacs though. You get you one of them
gas mileage.
I'm talking. That bitch get almost that shit get almost 30 miles on the freeway. I'm straight.
See, that's what I'm saying.
About 28, 29.
That shit get almost
But shit, boy, you get you one of them Cadillacs though with that new car smell. Hey, boy, that shit put you in a whole different ball game. You've been smelling that motherfucker every day, chill.
I can take that the money that I'm gonna get with that new Cadillac. I can take that money and take my chick somewhere. Go do something nice with her. I can take that money.
Hey, boy, you a great man.
Yeah.
You're a great man, boy. It's so hard not to get that new car smell, boy. That shit have you going to work harder, chill. Hey, sometime when you get in that little motherfucking luxury ride for 2 days, that shit get you back on track. Like, shit, let me go ahead and get back on my shit then so I can feel this again in like 2 months.
Yeah.
You know,
I got a 2013 Honda Accord. That's one of my rides, and I'm gonna get another 100,000 miles out of that joint.
You heard Chill say that's one of my rides. Y'all heard him say that.
Hey, nah, for real. I just had this. I had a I think it was a 04 Corolla. Somebody, man, they stole my shit a couple years ago.
What the fuck? Niggas still stealing cars? What the fuck?
Hell yeah! Shit, I
04 Corolla, you could probably still use a screwdriver with that bitch.
For sure. I had an Airbnb in California, and I kept my car out there in California while I was up here. When I went back to California, I got to the house, I put up in the driveway, I went inside. I walked back outside like, hold up.
Hey, I just knew you was in California when niggas stole your car. They only do shit like that in California.
Hey, hold on. Chill, before you get to your side note, Ox, you ain't gonna tell them about your minivan that you be driving around all the time?
We actually
I got a minivan. Like
and that joint is clean.
No, not the car. Not the car.
The seats go down to that motherfucker. We pack that shit out.
Not the car.
Shit, pack that boy. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you for sure was packing that minivan up. Yeah,
what you mean the seats go down in the minivan? You nigga got a bang bus. This nigga Ox got a bang bus.
Hey, no, whole time I thought y'all was talking about cars.
This nigga got a bang bus.
Hey, Morris, what these niggas talking about?
Yeah. Big ass bus you been pushing around. Yeah.
That nigga Ox got the big Ox bang bus. Boy, you a motherfucker,
man,
boy.
We was sitting comfortable in that joint, huh, chill?
Oh man,
I was sitting right behind Ox. I was chilling.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I got that Chrysler Pacifica.
Yeah. Oh, this motherfucker Ox
driving
around the beach talking about, hey, you need a ride? And his camera crew inside that motherfucker, boy.
Mars, I can't speak to you about, in terms of helpless feelings, but I can speak for myself because he was talking about your car getting stolen. I have never had a more helpless feeling than coming outside and your ride ain't there.
Oh man,
I done had that feeling before, but not because that motherfucker got stolen, because that motherfucker got repo. You like shit. One time, when I was a young boy, them motherfuckers got me at work. I said, "How the fuck you gonna get me at work? I'm making the money."
Nah, I used to get towed a lot though. I used to just park wherever I wanted to. I'll pull up and just get out, just park.
Yeah,
I used to get towed all
that's
the
the worst
time,
too.
bro.
Coming outside Ron, I know where I parked my car. This was in like 2000. I know where I parked I actually walked around the building to make sure I wasn't bugging out. Like, wait a minute, did I park my car around the corner? I want to make sure that turns out my car got stolen. And then the chick who lives next door to me, I'm sorry, she lives downstairs. She said, quote, "I thought it was you, but you thought it was me and I got a hoodie on."
We all looking like they say.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. He sent her side nigga at you. Really, that what happened though. She said that nigga to come get that vehicle, boy, while you came to get something else.
With a hood on, you thought that was me? I was pissed too, because Shaq gave me he gave me a practice jersey. The practice jersey was in the car. Motherfucker stole it. I was mad.
That nigga came up.
Yeah, I was mad as hell.
Hey, nigga stole my car. Motherfucker had Balenciagas and shit in my shit, boy. I ain't bought no Balenciaga since. For real.
Yeah. Nigga stole my car, and that was the last car he done stolen.
I don't know. I don't want to know what happened.
I ain't have shit in my car. It was an older, like I said, it was an older car. I ain't have shit in there, but I love that car though.
Yeah. Stole my car. I had a tracker in it. I was your ass.
As you were saying, Ron, I'm sorry.
Spanish Jose said, just want to say that the Spurs during the regular season have lost over 20 double-digit leads, so losing leads in the finals wasn't nothing new, just exposed. And yes, it falls squarely on Mitch Johnson.
So fire him then, Jose. How about that? Fire him. Who you replacing him with, though? Since you firing him, since he's getting let go, who are you replacing him with? Because Pop ain't coming
do
down
somebody
there.
like Billy Donovan or some stupid shit like that.
Yeah. Like who you replacing him with?
They're saying that what Mitch needs to do since Sweeney's going to Orlando is that they need to get an experienced head coach to come be one of his assistant coaches. Mm-hmm. And he pointed out how PJ Carlissimo used to be on Pop's staff, and a lot of like even with the Clippers, how Van Gundy's on the staff, and just having really seasoned vets being your assistant.
Van Gundy gonna get that Portland job?
I don't know. You know what I heard? What I heard yesterday, Drench, is there's there's rumors that Chauncey might be able to keep that.
I don't hate that neither.
I mean, shit, because they're gonna be able to pay his ass for free. That's why they're gonna say, "My nigga, you stole so much money from the NBA, nigga. You can do this shit for free."
I don't know how much truth there is to it. You know what I'm saying? I don't got all the inside scoops. I'm just heard some rumblings. That's all.
And I don't hate that neither. But we're under the impression that Mitch Johnson is going to be the same coach next year that he is this year. Like he's not going to get better. I mean, that's always been the issue that I've had when it comes to coaches and when it comes to players. We got to trade this guy. We got to get rid of this guy. We got to get rid of this coach. Mitch Johnson, this is his first year as a head coach. This is his first full season as a head coach.
He was a head coach 7 games into the season last year, but
I'm learning on the job, right? I'm basically learning on the job. Yeah. So here we are in the NBA championship, which he's never been to, by the way. And yes, he made some mistakes. Next year, I'm going to be better. He was on that bench for a while.
He only like 39 though.
Yes, he was on that bench in San Antonio for a minute. Yes,
I think the hardest part about coaching is and I'll say this because I done it. I took a break. I haven't coached in a year and a half now. But like the hardest part for real about coaching is putting together a good staff.
He was on a bench for 6 years, Drench, before he got
that's a long time. But not really that much of a long time. But because Sweeney was like an assistant coach for like 12 years. But I think the hardest part
for 14 years.
I think the hardest part is for real is like putting together a good staff. And that's why if you look at Mike Brown's staff, he gave a lot of credit to them. And I would say during the game, he legitimately listened to every single one of his staff. Like I could just tell, like every time it was a decision, you would see all the coaches come up and he would kind of like look at them for, to make a decision. I'm not saying the Spurs didn't do that either, but putting together a really, really good staff is like super, super important in sports. Like I'm talking about the smallest staff too, though, Chill. I'm talking about the motherfucker that's like only dealing with player development. Like that shit matters. Like
hell yes, you do.
Yeah, yes, like you really need like a really, really good staff. So
as good as
I wouldn't be opposed to
getting
veteran coaches on the staff.
To your point, Mike, as good as Mike Brown was, he needed Rick Brunson. He needed Chris Gent. Right, he needed them dudes. Like if them dudes ain't there, like he doesn't catch the fact that Cat's got 4 fouls. He doesn't catch the rotation that Mitch Johnson or Quinn Snyder has made. He doesn't catch that. That's what.
And Chill. To be honest with you, as a coach, as a head coach, you just wrestle with so many ideas in your head. Like I know for me, like at one point I was doing it solo, and then I started realizing like I would lose games because I would be so fucking mad at some of my players because they made a decision that I wouldn't have made, and that would let that shit bother me for like 2 or 3 minutes, and that's too long. And like when I got a staff, especially when I got a real staff, the motherfucker used to just tell me, "Hey, you tripping right now, bro? Let that shit go." Yeah. And then I snap out of that shit and be like, "All right, fuck it, let's go." Like, bro, it would be 3 timeouts in a row. I'm still fucking pissed off that you turned this ball over, and then not only that, like in the game, you do some shit, I'm looking at you, dude. Like I'm looking at you in the game for that same shit I'm about to yell at you about. And that's the only thing I'm focusing on. And so, like, that's why you gotta have a really, really good staff. Like, I don't think you can win a championship without a like an A+ staff for real. I mean, that's something we'll never be able to measure as fans, but I just know from the outside, I mean from the inside too, like you really need a really good staff.
All right, the next super chat I got is a 2-part super chat from Drink More Water. Drink More Water said Giannis's injuries in 2022 or in 2020, sprained ankle, missed 2 games. 2021, hyperextended knee, missed 2 games. 2023, bruised back, missed 3 games. 2024, calf strain, missed the playoffs. 2026, calf strain, all year. My point is, I think the injury stuff is overblown. I'm okay if people say he's been hurt lately, but to put injury prone label tag on him for 2 out of 13 injury years is insane and making more of it.
The other difference is like with Kawhi Leonard, it was a degenerative condition. You know what I mean? Like there was a progressive, like it's gonna get worse and worse and worse. Whereas with Giannis,
no matter what,
he could have a healthy 2-3 years.
Maybe he could, right? But with the super chat that we just saw and everything he just playoffs, missed the regular season, like it sounds like it's getting worse. That's what it sounds like to me.
Is this his first time missing the actually missing like the playoffs to begin with, like not playing at all in the playoffs?
Not this season, no. He
I think you're on mute.
He missed it 2 years ago with Dame.
Oh yeah, he did miss. Okay, because I was gonna say maybe he got some time to actually rehab, but I really don't know. I don't know, man.
And by the way, Drench, this calf injury, this is something that's lingering, and we all know what the cousin of calf injuries is, right? The calf injury is the cousin of. We already know. I'm not gonna bring that up, but we already know what that is.
Yeah, you know what I was thinking about, Chill? If James Harden can survive the NBA like another 3 years, this motherfucker would be one of the like kind of damn near like one of the only greats to survive without like having surgery.
I don't ever remember James Harden getting like having a major.
No, he never really had surgery.
Has he had a major injury?
Bron hasn't had surgery.
Huh?
Bron hasn't had surgery.
No, Bron definitely had surgery before. He talked about it. Like he'll get it in the offseason. He just won't tell you.
Didn't he have surgery on his foot? Because wasn't that a problem with him last year?
Bron?
Yeah, didn't he have surgery?
Yeah, I think in the offseason he said he just don't tell people like what he's getting procedures done on. But like I know for sure he definitely had surgery.
James Harden need to try something new, so maybe he might want to go get.
Hey, why we bullshitting Mars? Like James Harden is kind of an Iron Man.
That nigga don't get hurt.
I've been said that. But
he also don't play outside his frame. He also don't do no crazy athletic shit. He only do what he can do. He don't try to do no crazy shit. So it's just his hamstring.
He don't try to play defense.
The hamstring.
Yeah, like that
too. Sure.
His like first major injury. He was good before that. Giannis and Embiid have missed the same amount of playoff games in their careers.
Oh wow.
And I don't know. Giannis might have missed some games before his MVP rise, so I might be wrong. But I don't think he did. But Embiid in his playoff career has missed 12 games. In Draymond Water's super chat, he labeled out 12 playoff games that Giannis has missed. So, which might actually be more. I might actually be wrong on that.
Well, so we gotta if we can't harp on Giannis, then we can't harp on Joel Embiid, right?
Well, no, one misses more regular season games by a significant margin.
Yeah, okay.
I think that background noise, Mars, you might have to turn your mic down maybe a little bit.
I don't hear no background noise from Mars.
Some people hear it, some people don't. So I don't know.
I promise you, it's there.
It's definitely a humming, but it's all right though. It's really we almost.
I don't have my headphones in.
Yeah, I might have had it too loud. I don't know.
All right, well,
you still hear it? Let me know.
Nims gassed up, sent through $9.99 and said, seems like a bit overreaction to those terms. Nobody talks like this in real life basketball discourse. Shit sounds like 2K players talking about their new builds.
Drenchy, I ain't been in the barbershop in years, but I'm pretty confident that they don't talk about defensive rating in barbershops.
Well, to be honest,
sound like a really unintellectually curious engine.
Oh, okay.
Ecosystem.
Well, to be honest though, Chi, I was just saying you can go to a barbershop all you want. There's only one motherfucker in there now. They got appointments every time. I mean, shit, it's It ain't the same barbershop no more.
It ain't the country club no more.
Hell no, you schedule an appointment. It's one motherfucker in there. You and the barber.
Damn, I thought like go in the barbershop, like it could be. It's a day thing. Like I go in the barbershop, my guy.
No, hell no. I'm glad the barber. I miss those days, chill. But I'm glad the barbershop ain't like that shit no more. Cause boy, like barbers was working they ass off for $5 a cut.
Damn.
And them niggas would work 13-hour shifts every day, and then they would have no ending to a motherfucker walk in the barbershop at 9 o'clock. Talking about you still cutting, bro?
They was making money then, and they making money now.
Yeah, but shit, they charging way more now. It's like $60 a cut. That's how much I pay for a cut. $60.
That's you were saying, Ron.
Mars, how much they charge for a cut in the UK? Oh shit.
I'm bold. I don't know.
All right.
Them motherfucker fade your ass up, boy. They cold with them blades in the UK, boy. They probably get you right.
Jerome 1587 said, "This is off subject a little, but chill. What makes you think Curry enhanced the long ball? Why he can't be the best shooter ever? I've never heard someone enhancing a dunk or a pass. LOL. This was old PC."
Okay, well, first of all, because somebody was shooting the long ball before him. That's why I said enhanced. And he is the best shooter ever. He can definitely be the best shooter ever, 100%. And Jordan enhanced the dunk, just like Doc enhanced the dunk. They just made it better than what it was already. They made it better than what it already was. Before, somebody was doing it before them. They just made it better. So that doesn't mean that they're not the best at it. And Curry is 100% the best shooter. But there were people shooting the long ball before he did it.
All right. Speaking of Steph, I got another super chat from Respect Steph. First off, I want to respect Nick at Night for becoming a YouTube member. Shout out to Nick at Night. Appreciate you for joining up. Respect Steph had this to say about Steph. "I'm all for giving Brunson credit, man. But Isaiah Thomas saying Jalen Brunson did more for his team than 2022 Steph Curry is just crazy as hell."
I think I'm good on that.
Isaiah Thomas been on some type of weird ass fucking tangent lately. Like, I don't know. And he need to give up that tired ass hating shit he got with Michael Jordan. That shit is just
that's never going away, Drench.
Bro, but that shit don't look good on him. Because he fucking ugly. That's number one. Like, he just so goddamn ugly, and he just sitting up there hating and make him look uglier. Like, that's number one. Then like number two is like, bro, you too old to be doing this shit, bro. Like, leave that shit alone. Michael Jordan don't never respond.
And he's
like,
not.
Like, he never. That's like DMing a girl 100 times and she don't respond back.
You're never too old to be a hater. I don't think that's
never.
Man, shit. Yeah, you are. That shit don't look good on Isaiah Thomas, and too many people respect him for him to still be acting like that. Like, too many people respect him for him to be acting like that. And he ugly as a motherfucker too now. Like, he just need to stop that shit because he getting too much camera time. He getting too much
Jordan
camera
ruined
time.
his dream. He ruined that man's
They
dream.
talking about, but hold on though, because with that whole flu game thing, that's like that shit I was talking about with Ticket a few years ago. Like they be overhyping shit. He couldn't even walk in the arena.
They said he said it wasn't even a flu though. I think he said it was just stomach poison. Like, food poison or some shit.
Yeah. But I'm just saying though, like he got a point about some of this shit. Like, bro, we don't want to hear them fake ass stories no more, bro. I don't want to hear about. Didn't nobody care if you had to carry him in and out the arena? How can he run up and down the goddamn court?
It's go 40, right?
He's Black Jesus. That's why.
You know, I'm just saying that.
But
I feel he definitely be hating. He definitely be hating.
But that's what I was about to say.
But the thing about it though, I feel him. I don't be wanting to hear all these tall tales. I like somebody. These niggas be telling some tall ass lies. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah,
shit. That's one thing I can't stand, Drench. Don't lie to my mother. Don't lie to my face, bro. Don't just come around me just saying any old thing. Like, bro,
for sure.
I got a whole life to live. Why are you wasting my time?
Look, I agree with you, Ox. All I'm saying is that nigga just constantly just be on some hating shit, bro. Like, he constantly he one of them old guys that haven't realized, like, bro, the shit just past your time, bro, and you don't look good hating in the suit. Take your motherfucking suit off, this nice dress, because you ugly. That's number one. He put a suit on, and then he start hating. And then he ugly as a motherfucker. Like, he get too much time, like, for that shit. Like, every time I see it, I'm like, this ain't even, like like bearable. I can't even look at this shit. Like, nigga, you sitting up here hating with this big ass head. And like that shit just look funny. Like it does. It just don't look good on him.
And on top of that, Drench, you know what it's gonna be when you see him. You already know. It ain't like we about to get some real good insight.
Exactly. That's my point, Chill. And it's annoying. It's like really annoying.
Like here we go.
It's like, God damn, it's like, come on, bro. Like, man, because you better than this. Isaiah Thomas, you better than this. But every time you speak, it's some hating shit. This nigga start hating. I agree with him about the LeBron shit, but I wouldn't have said it. Nigga was like, they need to start putting clothes on and people can't come. Like, my nigga, shit. He like Chris Paul. That's what he is. You know what I say, Chris Paul annoying? That's Isaiah Thomas.
I'm good.
I could see that. That's what I was saying when y'all was crying about the Clippers getting rid of Chris Paul. Like nobody want to hear that shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh damn day,
like
like you can't even play no more, bro. Get your ass.
Get your ass out of here with all this shit, man. You just an irritated ass nigga. That nigga
I can't believe they
get on
did
TV
Chris
irritated
Paul like that. Nigga,
and
like
then chill. If you gonna do some hating shit, nigga, go put a hoodie on like Mars and talk like that. This nigga put on a nice suit to look ugly in that motherfucker. Like, what the fuck is we doing? That's my problem. That shit be annoying. It's shit, ego.
Are you
because he's still a gentleman. He a hating ass gentleman, and gentlemen wear suits, Drench.
I guess so.
Are you a hater, Mars?
I'm a hater like you. So. Fuck my wrist.
I don't think I'm a hater, but there's some people think I hate. So.
I don't think Mars is a hater, but I don't think I'm a hater too, so don't take it with a grain of salt.
They was hating on my nigga Low yesterday. I had to come to his defense though. Man, I had to come to his defense straight up. They
was hating on Low.
They played some tape of him.
Oh yeah,
basketball.
the timeline.
Like, hold on, bro. Them because he had 2 buckets though. Like I'm talking about 2 buckets.
Low was hooping.
Elite touch.
He made 2 hook shots.
But it was elite touch, and they was tough ass shots. So I mean, especially for a dude that if you not a hooper and you hit that,
where was Low hooping at?
Oh, this shit was.
I don't know. That don't even matter. The point is, if you're not a basketball player, you're not in elite condition, and you out here playing basketball, then so what? But if you hitting shit like when my man Gifted was out there running with us, that was our man Gifted, a hooper. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you got touch, you got touch.
Gifted ass was playing hard as a motherfucker, boy. He was playing hard.
Man, shout out to Gifted for sure. Yeah, Gifted really a hooper.
Gifted ass was playing hard as a motherfucker. I respect that. He was playing hard as shit, boy. Hey, Penn, I'm gonna let you know right now. You and Gifted 1-on-1, that'd be a hell of a game. I ain't never
seen you hoop yet, Penn. So I gotta go with Gifted. I
gotta go with Gifted because I don't know if Penn gonna be dedicated to playing that fucking hard. We might see 4 dribbles and 38 travels out of them too. That's it.
My sources in Toronto say Penn can't shoot, so I think I'm gonna have to go with Gifted.
just on default, Penn, I gotta rock with Gifted.
You ain't the only one with sources.
Gifted don't play. Gifted going hard.
Wrong one.
I saw that nigga Gifted chase a nigga down on a fast break, boy. I'm talking about it fouled the dog shit out of him. And I'm like, yo, outside? Shit.
Hey, Gifted cooked me on a couple possessions. I was like, all right, bro. Shit.
He did. I saw it. I witnessed it firsthand.
Yeah.
While I was
all right,
chill. I think I'm back now, though. Chill. I think I'm back. I'll be hooping against the young boys again now, boy. Hey, Kyrie, my favorite player now. I didn't have a favorite player in the NBA, but for some reason over the last couple of months in my head, Kyrie my favorite player because when I go shoot my pull up, I think I'm Kyrie while I'm doing that shit.
So you been playing 7-Up?
What you got, Ron?
Drench?
7-Up.
Yeah, when you shoot, if you miss it, you get all the points. Like
no, hell no, I don't play that cheating ass game. That bullshit ass game. That's the bullshit ass game right there, boy. I don't play that shit.
Hey, it was me. Who was it? It was a little like small looking dude. My Mexican partner. We was out there in Venice.
Yeah,
with
that shit's some bullshit. You niggas don't make
shit.
no shots till I get to the end.
Hey, I shoot like Larry Bird.
Them niggas ain't make no shots till I got to the end. All of a sudden, them niggas is cash. I'm like, the fuck?
Chill. I was shooting behind Drench.
Yeah, that nigga, I cheat like a motherfucker though. I think I made 3 in a row. This nigga give me a bullshit ass pass. I passed it back to him. He passed me the ball the same way. I'm like, nigga, what are you doing?
That's some bullshit.
All right, so the next super chat I got is from Respect Steph. He's following up his last Isaiah Thomas super chat, and he said, then followed it up with saying, Brunson assisted and scored. Man, the man averaged 3 to 4 assists a game.
It was 4.6. So 4 to 5. Actually.
That's what's up.
I mean, Brunson had a hell of a game, man. Hell of a series. That little motherfucker could play. That's all I know. He could play.
I agree.
All right. Shout out to SimWest34, became a YouTube member. Shout out to Is Chris Jones, also joined up as a YouTube member. OG Team sent through $5 and said, all games came down to the end. We just happen to have the clutchest demon since Jordan or Kobe.
Consistently, I ain't mad at that. Consistently, yeah, I ain't mad at that.
Facts. But all right, y'all, I got to run basketball clip today, y'all.
Later.
Peace.
Nigga, it's only 9 o'clock out there. You talking about basketball camp?
It's 11.
Medved Ted said Penny Atkinson is right. Spurs were the better team. Analytically, they are already champions.
Who is Penny Atkinson? Penny?
Me, apparently.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how Medved Ted became like one of my favorite people on our channel to my biggest hater, but it's happened a lot, you know. I think I told him off for some shit that he was saying that was a little bit out of pocket, and he just went off the deep end, unsubscribed, and now he is a hater. But I'm glad that he's sending money to PC. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right. Ugly Speaks said, who would y'all rather have as a role player?
Come on,
Andre
man.
Iguodala or Richard Jefferson?
Come on, man.
Andre Iguodala.
It's not even a question. Like, Andre Iguodala is just a better player than Richard Jefferson. And I like Richard. Richard averaged 20 in the league.
I think RJ was kind of underrated because you put.
Yeah, Andre is just a very underrated basketball player.
Mm-hmm. I'll take
Yeah,
it.
you know.
Is he really trying to get into coaching though? I've been seeing that.
Richard Jefferson or Kerry Kittles? Let him know.
I didn't really fuck with Kerry Kittles like that.
Richard
I
Jefferson.
didn't really like Curry Kittles either. For
Yeah, I didn't
Richard
like his
Jefferson.
game, bro.
Yep, Richard Jefferson. As you were
I
saying,
would say
Ron.
RJ was like the third best player on those Nets teams.
Yeah, he was. It was Jason
Obviously,
Kidd.
and
It was
Kenyon
Keith
Martin.
Van Horn, and it was
Yeah.
him.
Definitely.
I mean,
Richard
yeah,
Jefferson
Keith
was
Van
the
Horn and
third
Kerry Kittles were.
He was better than Keith Van Horn. He was.
Yeah, so
But he wasn't better than Derek Coleman. I'm just throw that out there.
Possibly not. Yeah, the real Derek Coleman. You know, the
Derek
elite
Coleman
one.
peaked a decade earlier. I mean, true.
Yeah.
Was he better than Nenad Kristich? Let him know. Deep cuts.
Shout out Christians. Christians was all right. But all right, Medved Ted sent through another $5 and said, how is it that Brunson was targeted, doubled, tripled, fouled, etc. by the whole Spurs team, just like SGA, and massively outperformed him?
He didn't
Because
matter.
whoa. No, it's because the
Played
Knicks
better
play a
than-
different brand of basketball. I've been saying that for the longest with the Thunder. They just play like. I hate that it caught up to him. Because usually the Thunder's defense just outweighs all of the shit they got going on offense. But they're gonna have to change the way that they play a little bit next year. That's the real reason
That I
why.
could get with. That
Yeah,
part.
unless you
I think
find me
it's
some
more powerful
intel that SGA went into the locker room, took Chet's heart out of his chest, injured AJ Mitchell, and injured J-Dub. You're not blaming SGA for the way that his team showed up in that series. I'm sorry, you're not.
I agree with
You
you. I'm
can
not
blame
blaming
SGA
either.
for the way he played in the series.
Yeah,
Sure,
I'm not blaming him,
absolutely,
but-
absolutely. But how much?
I'm
does-
blaming Stephon Castle.
Okay, but let's just be real. Jalen Brunson did not win this championship by himself. I don't know how
For
much
sure.
Jalen Brunson nut huggers
Yes.
want to make it seem like he won a championship by himself because of
not
that big
carrying it.
performance.
No, he did
Karl
not.
Anthony Towns was awesome in games 1 and 2. You know, a huge part of some of the
Josh Hart was
struggles. Wemby picking up that flagrant, on Karl Anthony Towns. It was Karl Anthony Towns. He got into his body, got into his head a little bit, and that was the catalyst for the turnaround. OG Anunoby hitting that game-winning tip-in. If Jalen Brunson misses that shot, like, we have a completely different series. So, it takes a team, and I don't think people are giving SGA enough credit for the fact that he was missing his second best player, and his third best player basically played like the 10th best player on the court every single minute of every single game. That's stupid.
I mean, I don't think it's SGA's fault why they lost. I think
Yeah,
you hold him to a higher standard because he is who he is. But at the same time, like I said, they're
He's
gonna have
still a
to
top
change
three
the way
player
they
for
play
you, right?
basketball, though.
he's still a top 3 player for you, right?
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. But it's just I got to move somebody out because of Jalen Brunson.
You moving Jalen Brunson in the top 3?
I got to. I got to stay consistent with my logic. I've been consistent 3 years.
That is true.
Huh? Maybe we got to move Luka, Jokic. Somebody got to slide down.
I mean, Luka ain't one shit.
You know,
Yeah,
you could just let the streets have the way and let OG be a top 3 player.
No. I
should
fuck
have
OG.
swept him. Maybe OG would have been Finals MVP.
If he
lose
played
that
a little
game
bit better in Game 5.
Then my argument would be a little bit nuanced. Then I would have to say I can't
I'm
put
gonna
Jalen
say it.
Brunson.
Donald Trump cost OG Anunoby an NBA Finals MVP.
You
Straight up. If
You
they win
bullshit.
Game 3, they close out in Game 4 on that tip in. If everything else plays the same, but the Spurs lose Game 3, OG Anunoby is your Finals MVP.
That man OG shot 50 and 51.
And you know why he cost him the Finals MVP? Because he was born outside the United States. That is some bullshit right there. Because he's hating on the Brits, man. I'm telling you.
I didn't know he was really from the UK though.
Oh, you never seen that accent slip? Oh, he talks.
OG? Nah, because he barely say a couple of words. He don't really talk like a lot.
All right,
he say
chill.
a couple of words.
All right, fellas. Shout out to Jordan99941. Also became a YouTube member today. Infab Riches said, guys, Boston already made Milwaukee an offer. Same with Miami. Derek White is not in it, by the way. They just need a third team, and who's the best fit?
That's some UK shit, right? In it.
Well, I think he was just saying Derek White's not in it, but he accidentally put it together. But yes, in it is a UK thing.
In it. Is that really how y'all spell it though? Or y'all really saying isn't it?
No, it's INNIT.
So is it really isn't it, or is it just in it?
Isn't it is the grammatically correct way, but people say in it as a slang term. I don't know if people still say that actually. Maybe
Really?
they don't. I told you I don't be outside. I'm not the right person to ask. I don't.
Cause shit, you know, I be trolling with the UK for like that shit was good, isn't it?
I think people still say in it. I think people
Okay. Maybe I can still troll.
All right, shout out to Spider Gang. Spider Gang became a YouTube member. Salute to you. I think he was a Hall of Famer. I don't know if he's still a Hall of Famer, but salute to you. You know, once a Hall of Famer, always a Hall of Famer on PC. So shout out to Spider Gang. The next super chat that I have is from Luffy Gear 4th. Luffy said, bro, who do y'all think Derek White is?
Well,
when he sent that, I Googled it. It just said he's an American basketball player who plays for the Boston Celtics of the National Basketball Association.
See, if Luffy was from the UK,
Derek White? You Googled Derek White?
Yeah.
Why would you Google that?
He asked who I thought he was. So I had to check who he was. And that's who he is. An American professional basketball player who plays for the Boston Celtics of the National Basketball Association. That's Derek White.
if that super chatter was from the UK, he wouldn't have said bro. He would have said bruv.
Bruv.
How y'all say it?
Bruv.
Bruv, but they wouldn't use bruv in that context.
Doesn't he mean brother?
Bruv is more of like a bruv is like it's like a sentence stopper. It's not a you don't call your bro bruv. That's not
Yeah. Because I noticed whenever they do use it, it's never like
you don't use it at the beginning.
What's good, bro? It's never like what's good, bro. It's always like in a weird ass way.
No, it's like, are you stupid, bro? There we go.
Yeah.
It's the period. It's the end of the sentence.
But what the fuck is bruv?
It's a
period.
It's shortened of brother, I assume.
But it's not used in that context.
But it's not used. It's not usually a term of endearment.
Jordan, the same way these American chicks be saying period, that's how you use bruv.
Oh, that's a good point, Ron.
Not intellectually curious, bruv. There you go.
Vale said it's like saying, is you dead ass? Yeah. Okay.
There we go.
In that context, it is, but not in all contexts.
Okay.
Oh no, it's just a word.
See, we need a.
I don't even know if people still say that. Actually, to be honest,
we need a language. We need a language person.
The reason I know
translate that
anything
shit
about what's going on in your country is because my favorite comedian comes from your country, Mo Gilligan. Y'all know Mo Gilligan? He's amazing, man.
I've heard of Mo
I
Gilligan,
promise you, Jordan, you would love his comedy. He's great.
You know who that is, Mars?
I've heard of him. Yeah, I don't watch him, but I've heard of him.
He's amazing. He has like 3 Netflix specials.
Did you watch Richard Pryor? Like I asked you to when we was in San Francisco.
I knew of Richard Pryor before you showed me Richard Pryor.
If you like Richard Pryor, if you like Chris Rock, if you like
because you was acting like you didn't know who Richard Pryor was.
I mean, comedy is just a weird thing. It's like I'm just there sitting there waiting for someone to make me laugh. I guess it's cool. So,
That's the point, Mark.
Yeah, it's just weird to me. I'm just there sitting like, oh yeah, say something funny. Yeah, I guess.
All right, y'all. Shout out to Lil Win Win. Lil Win Win became a YouTube member. I'm assuming that's his rap name. Shout out to you, Lil Win Win. Appreciate you for joining up. Gang Rebound said, how we feel about Fox for Colin Murray Boyles? Or a pick in the draft to get Montez or Yax? Morez.
I would get CMB if I was the Spurs.
Down for Fox.
I would get CMB if I was the Spurs.
Okay.
I wouldn't trade him if I was the Raptors, but I would get him if I was the Spurs.
I would get Fox if I was the Raptors.
Yeah.
I would get Fox if I was the Raptors.
I think they could use but I don't know if De'Aaron is. They need shooting more than they. Yeah, so I don't know about him for them, but I do think they need a point guard. But I don't think De'Aaron's going anywhere, despite people protesting. So,
I think maybe not next year, but we could see that talk.
Not by the start of next season anyway. He might be gone by the trade deadline.
I was just about to say we can start seeing that talk around the trade deadline. But to be fair, he was hurt, so let's keep that in the context. He definitely was hurt.
Make a Wish Kid sent through $4.99 and said, subjectivity, interpretations. There's no true right answer. Just enjoy the hoop talk. We talk as if there is an objective answer. There isn't.
That's fair.
I agree.
Michael Jordan, the GOAT. There, that's objective. No, shut up.
No, it's
I
not.
mean, I say that all the time, and then people get mad at me because I don't stand on stuff. And it's like the reality is, I just don't know the answer.
There is tons of objectivity within basketball. Like there has to be. Like this is
who won and who lost. That's objective.
Who won, who lost, how much they scored, how many miles they ran.
That stuff is objective.
How many blocks they had.
The conclusions you come from off of that is always subjective. But
that
stuff is always objective.
This guy led the league in
results
blocks, so he's a bad defender. We're cool with that. Like, come on. Like, there has to be some sort of logical flow to what you're saying.
No, because if we say Jokic is a bad defender, you're gonna say that's subjective.
Jokic was what, top 5 in steals, but people are fine saying he's a bad defender, even though objectively he was top 5 in steals.
Yeah.
Like, you can do those things. Like James Harden was top 5 in steals. People will be fine calling him a bad defender. Allen Iverson led the league in steals. People are fine calling him a bad defender. Hassan Whiteside was out there getting 25 blocks a game. People will tell you now, 10 years later, he was a bad defender. So like,
people were saying he's a bad defender at that time.
That's fine. But the point is, he led the league in blocks. People were calling him a bad defender. He led the league in rebounds. People were calling him a bad player. So like,
I fuck with Hassan.
The objective truth is he led the league in blocks. That doesn't mean he is a good defender. The same way that not getting blocks doesn't mean you are a bad defender. Like, objectivity still leads to subjective conclusions, and that's fine. Like, we can acknowledge that. Michael Jordan objectively has the highest career scoring average ever. That does not mean he's objectively the best scorer ever. I think he is subjectively, and I can use that as evidence for my subjective opinion, but it's still subjective. Like, LeBron has the most points ever. Objectively, he does. That doesn't mean he's the best scorer ever. People can use that to make the argument for
so
him.
many nuances in basketball.
It's all subjective. That's matters of opinion are subjective.
As long as you can lay out a grid for what you define as, like, what is your criteria for great score? Is it scoring diversity? Is it efficiency? Is it volume? Is it longevity? Is it, like, what is it? Is it a floor? Like, you are the most likely player to not have less than 20 points in a finals game. Like, does that matter? Or are you the most likely player to come up with 50 points in a big game? Are you the most likely player to score over a double team or a triple team? Do you provide the most spacing or scoring diversity for your team? Are you just the most efficient in the most efficient spots? Or are you the most likely to make a tough shot with the game on the line? I don't know. All of those things can factor into scoring. And as long as you're going to tell me that that's your criteria, then I can understand your conclusions. But if you tell me that's exactly why, and then you tell me Jaylen Brown, the greatest scorer of all time, I'm going to call you up and tell you you're on crack.
But this is exactly why I say keep the main thing the main thing. Keep it about winning. There you go.
Right. Nah. Yeah, but then you end up with Jalen Brunson, face of the league. So I don't want.
He's not the face of the league. He's just top 5.
I mean, he's the face of New York.
Dre knows. Well, he's the face of the Eastern Conference. But Dre Knows Ball said it's officially the offseason. The fact that nobody has repeated since the 2018 Warriors, who had a super team, Kobe's repeat in 2009 and in 2010, needs to vault him higher now. Now the analytic ball is dead and Brunson won.
Brunson is a really good
boosting
player.
Kobe for what he did
analytically.
16 years ago. That's amazing.
I can get with that.
Cool, I guess. I don't care.
Yep. Kobe top 3 all time now. That's fine by me. Shout out Kobe. Drew Davis said, if a different team came out of the West, maybe like OKC, Denver, a healthy Minnesota with Julius Randle's head on his shoulders, could they have beat the Knicks?
Yep.
I would have picked OKC.
I would have picked Minnesota healthy.
Yeah, but I'm kind of thinking of how the playoffs unfolded. Healthy for Minnesota is like a pipe dream based on this postseason. But I think maybe a healthy Minnesota could have won. I don't know if I would have picked them.
Healthy Denver.
I think Denver would have lost. I think Denver would have lost. But
Based on how they played this year or based on how they played in the playoffs?
Based on how they played this season, the health of them, how they've matched up with the Knicks in the past, the problems the Knicks caused for them in terms of a matchup on both sides of the ball. I just think the Knicks are a bad matchup for them. That's why I picked them over the Spurs, because they were just bad matchup. Even if I think the Spurs are a better team, the Knicks are a better team to play the Spurs than the Spurs are to play the Knicks. And that's what that matters when you play each other in a series. It doesn't matter what you do against the other 28 teams. So, I would have picked OKC against New York. And that's probably it. And then Minnesota I would have considered. And then everyone else I would have picked the Knicks above them.
Like, based on how this whole series played out, I don't even think it's insane to say in a 7-game series, maybe Charlotte could have had a chance against San Antonio. I don't think that's insane to say. I mean, probably wrong.
I think
And they're the one team that Wemby's rim protection wouldn't make that much of a difference because they don't go to the rim.
Exactly. And so I'm just like, yes,
So they just got hot at the right time.
I think they would have. I think that Charlotte would have been turning the ball over like a motherfucker.
I think Charlotte, their flaws were too glaring.
Way too
to
glaring.
win in the playoffs. In
Yeah.
the regular season, I think they have I liked your point about the analytics being a long playing the long game thing. That's something I've said many times. Short term, this type of basketball, in my opinion, isn't a great recipe. But
same coaches make the same mistakes every year with that same recipe, and that just dumbfounded me.
yeah, because it gets you like 45, 50 wins in the regular season, so it gives you job security. Like, you also got to factor that in. Like, these coaches are playing for their job. So if you're getting 50 wins a season because you have this formula that works in the regular season, you can always convince your front office, oh, we're one player away. We lost in round 2. We just need to adjust this. We just need to get we're always building, we're always close. So like, whereas if you're trying to build a philosophy that maybe isn't lended to the long game and you win 42 games, any playoff success is seen as a fluke. Whereas if you win 50 games and make it to the second round, you can be like, oh, it was just bad luck at the wrong time.
Yeah. That's a very good point. That's actually a very good point. And I never even actually put it in the context of like a team that does win 42 games, they go to the playoffs and they make a great run, and they're like, that's an outlier. But motherfucker that win 55 games, you one player away always. We one possession away. We won. And it's like, bro, that's not how that shit works, bro. Like, it's just not.
All right, y'all. Big Ox Media sent through $5 and said, Dennis is greater than Derek.
There we go. I told you y'all gonna come around to it. I knew it. I knew somebody was gonna come around.
You just had to wait. What was that, a year and a half?
Gotta wait a year and a half. That's it. I was serious though. I was serious, but I do understand. You know, some teams you might prefer Derek White, but as a basketball player, it's Dennis. Come on, man.
People saying Dennis who? Dennis Schroeder, Derek White. I don't think it's close, but that's.
I don't know how you don't think it's close. That now I could get with you if you say Derek White is a better player, but when you say you don't think it's close, that's the part that
I mean, I'm not as high on Dennis Schroeder, especially the Dennis Schroeder I saw this year. Dennis Schroeder I saw a couple years back, sure. Dennis Schroeder I saw this year,
he was all right in the playoffs though.
I think it's the defense. The defense.
I'm good off Dennis Schroeder. Yeah, I think Dennis Schroeder's defense has fallen off. He also just can't score that well. Like, Derek White has his limitations. Dennis Schroeder also can't score that well. It's like not anymore.
I think a perfect role for Dennis Schroeder, like if Dennis Schroeder was playing with the Thunder, oh my God, I want to say y'all minds are changed about him. Like, if he just goes to like a team that like just specifically need him to play off the bench, not to play with starters sometimes, not to start some game, just specific. Like when he was in Detroit, that was a perfect role for him.
I like Dennis in Detroit. I think he was good.
Yeah, that was a perfect role for him. But
he was good for them in the playoffs.
I'm saying like that's why I'm just telling y'all that. I will admit I'm biased. Dennis Schroeder, Lou Williams, Jeff Teague, Marshawn Brooks is one of them.
I like Marshawn Brooks.
Like those guys are my type of basketball players that I just really, really, really like. So Jeff Teague was like one of my favorite basketball players when I was a kid, for sure.
I did like Jeff Teague. Yeah.
Yeah. I always like
Jeff
guys
Teague
that
and
I
Wake
felt like I
Forest,
could
boy.
be a little bit like. I could never be like Kyrie, but Kyrie my favorite basketball player now, to be honest with you. But when I was a kid, if I was a kid watching Kyrie, hell no, I would, because I wouldn't be able to do none of that shit. I only watched guys. I couldn't do none of the shit Jeff Teague did. That motherfucker jump high, but his game was simple, so I thought I could.
Jeff Teague was one of the fastest guards in the league for a little minute.
Yeah.
Jeff Teague was
So
a
you like
monster
players?
awake for
So
it,
you like
boy.
players that you could pattern your game after?
Yeah. Like Lou Will is very, very high on my list for me. People
That's
don't.
why,
people
that's
don't
why I
know
like
that.
Arvydas Sabonis so much. People don't understand.
I don't know how you pattern your game after.
5'11".
Trying to be a 5'11" center there.
Yeah.
All right, Menace 2738 became a YouTube member. Nick at Night sent through a members chat and said, "Been a member for a while. Just had to upgrade the membership for members only content." Yeah, Nick at Night.
Dope.
Nick at Night, man, pull up on us this Thursday. Hopefully you can not only just pull up to the stream, but also so you can pull up on stage and get off any take that you may have. Once again, our members only streams are Thursdays and Sundays at 9 p.m. Eastern time. If you are an all-star or a Hall of Famer, you're able to come on stage. If not, you can just enjoy the content. Chatters aren't allowed, though. We're not dealing with no yappers.
Oh shit, I forgot. Brandon Jennings was one of my favorite guys too, by the way. For sure, BJ.
I'm one of the fastest guards in the league.
Yeah, I tried to shoot like him for a summer, and then that shit was ass, so I had to change my shit back.
He got a crazy slingshot. He
crazy.
Yeah, he catapulted that shit.
Fucker,
Yeah, he
I tried that shit for one summer. Man, that shit was so hard to do that shit for real, like all game. I just gave up. But he was one of my favorite guards. I like the way he passed the basketball. He was a really good passer.
Respect Steph sent through a members chat and said, "We love the super team, OKC and Boston, till it's KD." He talking about Giannis going to either of these teams.
I feel like Bron need to go to Boston. I'm serious. Bron going to Boston is going to get. I think Boston wins the championship with Bron going to Boston.
They should trade for Giannis and sign Bron.
I think people have an issue with super teams when they're formed off the free will of the players. When it's a trade, people aren't as mad about it. Like Boston, in a way, people aren't as mad about that.
But Bron old though, so it don't really matter if he joined the super team or not. He old.
No, it's still Bron.
See, hold on.
So they still gonna be mad.
But that's
Yes.
a big
That's crazy.
problem.
He fucking 41.
I also don't think Bron would ever play for the Celtics. Just because.
Why? I heard you and Chill keep saying that, but why? Why do y'all say it's like? Am I missing some insider information?
He's said many times about his issue with Boston fans. I don't think he would play for that fan base.
Good.
So that's my assumption. I don't know Bron, so I might be wrong, but I don't think he would.
I didn't hear him say that, so I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't. That's new to me.
Is it possible that we have been, to borrow a term that Jordan used, psyoped? Have we been psyoped into potentially siding with ownership over players due to years and years of very, very, very Caucasian talking heads on sports shows, basically telling us that players are wrong for asking out, players are wrong for choosing their own destination? What is the difference? If a team like Kevin McHale kind of formed a super team in Boston by trading Kevin Garnett there. He didn't have to trade Kevin Garnett, but he created a super team. So he, gave his former team a little bit of a favor and nobody cared. Nobody put an asterisk next to that championship and said, oh, it's insider trading. Kawhi Leonard goes to LA under very dubious circumstances. They tamper all year. They write this huge agreement with planting trees and bullshit. But because it is above the line, it's Steve Ballmer is the one who's being unethical. It doesn't matter. Paul George asks out. Oh, he's disloyal.
But see, this is Penn, you're making a great point, and we can kind of shorten it for the sake of the show. But like my thing is, if a player plays out his contract and he decides to sign with another team, I don't give a shit.
Gonna hate him anyway. They boo him.
I don't care because you did your job. I feel like the only part I don't like about it is forcing your way out. Like forcing your way out after you signed this multi-million-dollar extension because that's what's on the table.
Change, right? Like Tracy McGrady got booed for years in Toronto because he chose to become a free agent and go to Orlando. Vince Carter got booed for years in Toronto because he demanded a trade out. But why didn't the Raptors organization get booed for fucking over Vince Carter by signing all these aging veterans and not surrounding him with proper help? Why didn't the Raptors get booed for not?
Yeah, you should. I mean, you should.
Right?
But I agree. Like, I'm just saying the only part like forcing your way out after you sign a major extension is some bogus shit. It's just like, it's for example, let's use PC for example. Let's say PC offer you a contract where they say, yo, we want you for 4 years, 30 million.
90 million.
Yeah, 4 years, 90 million. Cool. And then you're truly unhappy in PC, but the money is on the table. And you sign a contract just to get the money, and then 6 months after you sign a contract, now you voice your concerns and you start talking about shit. Ron, I want to go to pick a side.
Nah, fuck that, Ron. Trade me to ESPN or bust. I want to go.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. That's not cool because it's like, yo, you fucking wanted
controversial
all of this money. You signed the money. But you signed the money with ill intent is my thing. It's like you signed the money knowing you were going to let them down.
Right. There's two sides to every contract, right? If Giannis signs the contract extension, there's nothing. Okay, that's the thing. When you sign a contract extension, there's nothing in the contract that says you cannot be moved, which means the team has an opportunity to move you. Why doesn't the player have the opportunity to ask out?
Because you don't have the money. That's why. Like you're not providing yourself with the money. I'm providing you with the opportunity.
But a guy like Drew Holiday wins a championship, sacrifices for the Milwaukee Bucks, and then get traded in the middle of the night, doesn't even hear about it. And the Bucks are just like, well, we got you, we got an upgrade on you, so we don't care. But my view on that is that kind of sucks for Drew Holiday. But if Drew Holiday had decided to ask for
it does. But the fact that they paid him, but the bargain there is they pay you the money to do that.
Yeah, and I mean, Clippers did that to Blake Griffin. They signed him.
Oh my god,
and then traded him like 5 months later.
Yeah,
right. So, teams have done well. That's the one I can think of off the top of my head. But it's been done before where like he didn't ask out.
Yeah,
they extended him and then just moved him, even though he didn't want to leave. So,
but the bargain is always the money, though. That's what I'm saying. The fact that they have the authority to, and you're more interested in the money that they're going to give you. Now that's crazy, but you're more interested in the money that they're going to give you, and so they always have the leverage into doing that. And I think that's something that people have to be okay with, is knowing that you're out leveraged if you don't have the money. Like that's just the way life works, to be honest with you. If you don't have the money, you out leveraged.
Fellas, I gotta bounce though. So I'm gonna read these last 3 super chats and then we gotta get up out of here, y'all.
Oh, go ahead. And Brian not going to fucking Seattle. I can tell you that right now.
So really, we don't want that nigga up here. Mad Max Sports said, why Brunson get actually, yeah, we do want you, Brian. Buy the team and get him here. Mad Max Sports said, why Brunson getting all the prop like he had some all-time run? He was good, but the Knicks team effort was more shining. Team just getting left out.
I mean, this is the playoffs. The player won an NBA championship in the finals.
It's very Pistons 04. Like, I'm sorry. It's very similar to that. It is.
I would say it's more Pistons 89-90 than 04. But
really? I think you might be underrating Chauncey Billups personally. I understand.
I think you might be underrating the guy that led all the playoffs in scoring.
I think you underrating Rasheed Wallace.
I think you might be underestimating the guy that averaged double.
I'm documented saying that Chauncey Billups wasn't the best player on that team. I've said
was.
In my opinion, I actually don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I actually don't know.
You say you don't know?
Yeah, I used to say it was Ben Wallace. Then since then, I've probably changed my opinion. I just don't know who the best player on that team was.
I think it was Rasheed Wallace.
I fuck with Ben Wallace,
which is another thing I'm fine with. I
think it was Rip Hamilton.
I don't think it was. But I'm fine with any of those three nowadays. I used to think Chauncey was overrated. I've changed my opinion on that. But Chauncey, Ben, or Rasheed, I'm fine with saying any one of them are the best on the team. The Pistons in the 89 and 90 season, I think it's more similar to that because Isaiah is pedestalized way more than Chauncey Billups is for his championship. Whereas in that team, you had a Joe Dumars, who I could argue at that time was just as good as Isaiah. And you had a Dennis Rodman, who wasn't as good as those two because of the offensive side of the ball, but was one of the best defenders in the sport. And those guys, like Dennis Rodman, is remembered more for what he did in Chicago than what he did in Detroit, when he was better in Detroit and helped Detroit probably more than he helped Chicago. And Joe Dumars, I'm not going to say it's forgotten, but compared to how good they both were when they were winning championships, Isaiah and Joe Dumars, there's no reason why Isaiah, in my opinion, is a top 3 point guard ever because of those championships. And Joe Dumars is just forgotten as a piece on that
Man,
team.
they don't give a fuck about Joe Dumars.
Which I think is ridiculous, especially considering the fact that Joe Dumars won the first finals MVP.
Yeah.
So when they won the first year, Joe Dumars was the finals MVP. And then the next year, if you care about accolades, Joe Dumars is the one that was on an all-NBA team and Isaiah wasn't. But 36 years later, Isaiah is the 3rd best point guard ever. And we remember those teams. Isaiah led that team, carried the Pistons to championships. I just don't think that's the reality of the situation, like at all. Yeah. So I think that's this Knicks team is probably
They
closer
used to call Billups
where
Mr.
Cat is being
Big
slept
Shot.
on, OG is being slept on, and Brunson is being pedestalized.
I think
But you know what? Why Isaiah Thomas don't bring that shit up when he hating on Michael Jordan? Though?
I think the similarity
Bring
is
that shit
that
up.
both teams are really good defensive teams, and they had a point guard who was known for hitting very major clutch shots. They had a wing, Mikal Bridges and Rip Hamilton, very good mid-range shooters. And they had, hold on, let me just pull this up, a spacing, scalability big like Karl-Anthony Towns and Rasheed Wallace. So it's a perfect.
I'm not gonna lie, space and scalability big fits Rasheed Wallace. I'm gonna be honest.
There you go.
All right, y'all. Toon JD said, "Who thinks Tim Duncan can score with Brunson?" Dumb.
Brunson's a better scorer than Tim Duncan.
TD can score with anybody though, for real.
Tim Duncan can score. Young Tim Duncan, like 98 to like 03. Get you a bucket for sure.
Yeah, he ain't got nothing on Jalen Brunson though. But Dame the Great sent through the last members chat of the day and said, "I'm late as fuck, but did y'all watch the RDC video on the Spurs game 4? Classic comedy, LOL."
Yeah, I saw it.
I didn't watch it, so I wouldn't know.
It had Greg Popovich saying the M-word.
Really?
What?
Really? Okay.
All right, fellas. Well, I got to get up out of here. It has been fun. It has been real. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Like the video on the way out. Become a member. We'll see you guys Thursday, but we will be here same time, same place tomorrow. We just got another one. Drago FC said, "Cook the fuck up, Mars." Isaiah's overrated. A lot of people for real said he better than Wade today.
Yeah, that's insane to me. But I just think Isaiah's title years are overrated and his pre-title years are underrated. That's how I feel about Isaiah.
Mars, what currency is that again?
DKK.
I think it's Danish krona, but I might be wrong.
You said it's Dan what?
Danish krona, I think is what it's called.
You're correct.
Well, I gotta travel some more because I don't know what the fuck is Danish krona.
I've never been to Denmark, but I'm assuming.
Danish
Shout out to the DKK, man. Well,
This motherfucker.
Merry Christmas.
All right, see you guys later.